I should turn off my computer so that it doesn't do the thing.
Oh, like your.
So that it doesn't like eat up internet.
The internet can totally see you right now.
That's. Okay.
The entire internet can see you.
Okay.
Alright. Hey! Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Alright, let me set this up real quick.
Okay.
Alright, you can see that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Minaj is already here.
Dang.
So is that.
Dang, let's
Wow.
get it.
You also been in hot with the
Questions
questions.
already.
Oh, wow.
Oi, Brazil.
Oi, Brazil.
What does oi mean?
Hi.
Oh.
It's like hi or like hey.
Yeah, I assume so.
Sorry, I'm
Do you
Is
gonna
it
speak
really a
English?
DM if it's to everyone in the group chat? I don't think so, but it's cool.
What's poppin', y'all?
What's
We started early because we wanted to eat already.
We're old and tired.
This is old. This is late dinner.
This is some of the older members of ECLIPSE.
Oh, Lena, do you
Old
need this for reference or are you good?
For like the question?
Yeah.
On my phone.
Okay, you have your phone. Okay, I'm gonna mod from here.
Yeah.
Alright.
Who's Stephanie Sue?
Yeah.
I left Stephanie Sue's mukbang for you.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.
We don't
Thank
know
you.
who Stephanie Sue is. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, Stephanie.
I'm so sorry, Stephanie.
Can you guys sing or rap?
Oh,
We can lip sing and rap.
Yes.
Justin can also
We can-
sing.
Thank you, Ashley.
Karaoke.
Wait, hold on. Let me
Karaoke.
make sure I am.
It's a
How
dance
do I turn myself into a mod?
And then
How
my
do
first
I-
song was like,
If you're the
can't dance
host,
for
I
me.
don't know. You are on a.
Oh no, but if this is from. Oh, you know what? That's also a good point. I can.
What is the world tour?
We don't have a world tour.
If people
Sponsor
sponsor
If you
us for a world
sponsor us,
tour,
if
we'll
you
get-
pay
Yeah.
for our flights, yeah. Oh, I'm so sleepy. Thanks, Menashe. I'm
K-pop
actually
Ringo
going to
Ringo.
die right now because my eyes like hurt. So
Can you guys dance your favorite song, please?
Well, if you don't know who we are, you should watch our videos and find out.
wait, I can't. How do
Can you guys dance the Twice
I-
Feel
I-
Special?
I can't.
Wait,
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
can't
this
I
even.
don't
around.
actually know how this dance goes.
I can't
The
mod.
boobs like that.
This is when Leah like leapt halfway across the screen.
Yes, correct. Oh, I can turn myself into a mod here. Okay.
Smile.
Smile.
And then you point.
Hey. And then
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll go this way. What is this one?
Wait,
I don't do this one.
No.
Oh yes. Play with the lasers. And then you're listening.
Yeah.
On the whoop pop.
Wait, that's not-
Wee. Okay, we did it.
Well, they did it.
Okay.
I attempted.
Alright.
We're just bored.
Oh, I am.
I'm so sorry.
I am a mod now.
Yes, you are.
Ha ha ha, let's get it.
Test.
Test.
I just need to see if I got the icon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, do you guys want to do chicken noodle soup?
Let it rain. I clear it out. I let it rain. I clear it out.
Yeah.
Man, I hadn't thought about that song since middle school. That was a bop.
I know.
Can you do a cover of Luna's Be Somebody?
I can't.
Sarah can. We did that for audition. Was it
Did we
auditions?
do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure it was just auditions. I'm big sad. I have a huge crush on Brandon, and I can never meet him.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Cry,
can.
cry.
Come
You're
on.
meeting him right here, right
Yeah.
now.
Wow.
Oh,
The
yeah,
magic
please,
of
thank
being
you.
I
here.
had this.
Is Kevin in the bathroom still?
What happened?
Is Kevin
Kevin
in the bathroom still?
Kevin, are you okay?
That's a real
fan.
That's a real
Yikes.
fan.
Oh my god.
He's okay, you guys. At the
Yeah.
end of
He's
this-
alive
He's
now.
alive.
He's back. He's
Oh
fine.
my god.
Do you guys know about?
We literally just just talked about it.
Yeah, were you guys even alive when it first came out?
I know. Seriously.
Nice.
Yeah.
This attempt. This is just what Sarah's apartment looks like on a normal basis.
It really is, yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Can I drink a tea?
Yeah, take your tea.
Take your tea.
I'm assuming this
It's
one's
that
yours?
one. This one is mine. This one is Yay!
Can you hand me my sugar drink?
Here you go. Oh, these cups are very satisfying.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice movie melted.
Oh no.
That's okay.
Aww.
Okay, these are your sandwiches. Why is my TV remote up here?
Oh, that's it there.
Because you
Yours?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Oh!
Whoa.
More.
We're nasty.
Worse. Don't do that. There's actually liquid involved.
Slurp.
Poison.
We know I'm scared.
Oh!
I still don't get why you people plug at the top when you stab it. You're just forcing a column of air in there and something has to come out.
That's good.
Okay, we're okay.
Nice. Okay. There's
Slurp.
napkins. Also, they didn't label the tacos.
Oh boy, it's gonna be
Dealer's
So-
choice. Dealer's
I don't
choice.
know what this one is.
Oh, the light did not stop.
Hmm?
Hi everybody.
Hello.
How's everyone else doing? We're all sick. I'm not sick anymore. I
But,
did
like-
many, what do they
people
call
are-
it? Many Dayquils today.
Oh,
Okay, wait. This one's mine for sure.
this one's mine.
I'm the only one that got a.
Come to
and
my baby
then
shower. Okay.
I think this one is yours, Lana. I think.
everyone is sick. Half of, like, yeah, at least half
I
are like
think.
somewhat sick.
Yeah, oh my god, our rehearsal last night, big rip.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was just dying. Guys,
Okay, Brandon, this is
guess
yours.
what?
Okay,
Guess
thank
what Cover Solar's doing? It's not hard. I posted about it. Well, actually, if you don't know the song, because the post that I made on Monday, it was like the slowed down version of it. So it was like, if you really don't know
The
the song,
nightcore version of it.
Nightcore.
Yikes! No, Nightcore is the
It's the
best
opposite.
one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other version.
The opposite.
Yeah,
of
sorry.
the
I know we're
Day.
eating a lot earlier than we normally do, but it's because we're
Well,
hungry.
it's almost 7:30.
We're hungry and we're old.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're like all going through a lot, so come say hi to
Yeah.
us next time.
We're
Come
just
say hi.
randos. Like,
We're-
I don't get it,
yeah.
guys. Just come say hi. We're
Come
just
say
two
hi. Like
randos.
we're happy to see
We're
you guys.
we're normal people.
It makes
Well,
us super happy
yes.
when people come up and like
No.
want to take photos with us.
Yeah, it's like Disneyland, except we're Disney.
What? I
It's
don't.
like we're the characters at Disney.
When people come and they're like, "We're gonna take a picture of it." Hi, I'm sorry. Can we take a picture of it?
That's
Can we
literally
take
my job. Even if they were aliens, we'd still be taking pictures.
This is true.
You can. There's someone who lives on top of me. So I mean, like, you could twerk on their roof, but like, it wouldn't be my roof. My roof would be you have to go upstairs and just twerk in their house.
I mean, you could
And
do that if
honestly,
you
like,
wanted.
they might be twerking up there because like they make a lot of noise.
I love when Menashe is in the chat
I know.
because then when there's people who are like, "Can you speak Spanish?" Menashe is like,
I can.
I got
"Yo, speak Spanish."
Excuse me.
Did you just say yo?
Yo, speak Spanish. Yo hablo español.
Oh my.
What was I gonna say? Oh, we're all the old ones. Oh my god, can you guys guess how old we are? If you watch our streams,
Guess who's oldest and guess who's the young? Like guess us in order.
yeah, guess who's the oldest and youngest in here? Is it buffering? I hope not.
I'm so sorry.
Pay for our Wi-Fi.
Pay for my Wi-Fi. And you? We're too old for that.
We're really.
We're way too old for
The
that.
first time I saw like a TikTok of like the first one was like earlier this week, so that's how out of touch I am with the youngins.
But if we made a TikTok, would you guys follow it?
Oh, that's their guess.
I'll keep going. I want to see.
Okay, so
everybody's guesses. Wait. There's only been 2 guesses.
Is
Yeah.
Piranha that like energy drink thing? Or is that something else?
I don't know, Flo.
I don't know. What is the GUI? GUYA. I've seen the bot, the friends.
It's like the energy drink ingredient that everyone was obsessed with like, in 2008 or something.
We got some guess.
I didn't even do this. I didn't even do it.
Well, you just did it now. Checkmate, you just did it now.
And you?
And
I mean, I could be a Visco girl if I was part of that generation, bet though.
yeah, I
I
think
probably
No.
would have been a Visco girl.
Like,
Where
mint
is
chocolate
that?
What?
Oh yeah, it depends
Where's
on
that
what kind of
big
mint
bag?
chocolate.
Oh, it is back there.
Okay, let me grab.
Yeah,
the
okay,
trash
but like
bag.
seriously, if we made a TikTok, would you guys
Would
follow
you guys
it?
follow us? And I have so many plans.
We just
Oh,
really
no.
want to do. You guys know that when the Japanese
The Japanese
song?
one?
Why, whoa,
Oh,
there
the
you go.
Wait, you wanna play it? Let's just play it. Wait, hold on. I got this. Okay.
Maddie really wants to do one, and Liam would probably participate. Wait, okay, we practiced this last night. We were practicing it last
Oh no.
night.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Oh god.
I messed up. I didn't do this one. Because half of them don't do this.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
That's okay. We hit all the important moves.
Yeah.
This is my favorite for today.
Yeah, no, honestly, we're gonna get copyrighted.
We don't have a TikTok yet.
Not
We're
yet.
just thinking about it because Maddie keeps talking about it, and then Sarah just like got a TikTok so she can watch other people's TikToks.
I've literally been like scrolling TikTok. Like, the reason why I'm losing sleep is because I'm in bed at midnight and I'm scrolling TikTok till like
no.
1:30.
Yikes.
Anyways, the oldest person here is Justin.
Mhm.
Guess who's the second oldest?
Guess who's the second oldest after Justin? Oh, okay. Sorry,
Same.
I was also like
Same.
confused. I was like,
Same.
oh. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. We're so awesome. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup.
Oh, I guess it's officially start time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you?
3.
Justin looks baby.
Justin does look.
He has a baby face. Yeah. Justin look baby.
Justin is.
Not baby.
Not baby.
Can you just turn 29?
Oh.
That was in March.
Yes. Wait.
Yes. I am 28. I
How
think.
old am I? Sweet.
Old
Are
enough.
you 90?
You're.
2.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, Tay got it.
Mm.
You
Yep.
Tay-fooled me.
Yep.
Lena's the next oldest. Okay. And then who's older, me or Brandon?
Age-wise, not maturity-wise. Those are 2 different answers.
Oh, that just gives it away.
What's the order in the group chat? You, and then Andrew, and then me, and then
Jeff. Where's
Jeff.
Jeff?
Wait, Jeff is.
Jeff is before you.
Jeff is
Jeff
older
like
than me?
Oh,
No.
no.
Just not. You guys wait. Just not
That's
older
like
than me.
93, isn't it?
Yeah, he's 92.
He's older than me.
He's older than me by
No,
like
no,
a
no.
couple days.
By 2 days, yeah.
Okay. Yes, I like pineapples on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 1 too.
I'll
Yeah,
eat
Sarah's
whatever.
next.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Pineapple.
I'm
He's
baby.
the baby.
I'm baby.
Justin's 28.
Are we just-
I'm
okay.
turning 27, so I'm 26 right now. Brandon's old. Sarah is not as old. 93 and then 94. Right?
Yeah, I'm 94.
91, 92, 93, 94.
Hey!
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty
Yeah. 91, 92, 93, 94. Okay, well, now that we've done Sarah Baby, yes, true.
Babier.
Babier. Je suis Babier.
Je suis Babier.
Okay, well, now I guess we can technically
Now
start.
we can actually like start. Well, everyone knows our names clearly,
Yeah.
which I'm like we don't have to do our intros. Which
Well,
You can talk about what are you?
what are
What
you?
Why are you here? What is your purpose in life?
I work on you.
Yes. Justin is. What is your title now? External Relations
Mhm.
and Treasurer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he handles all money, and then if you email us with business inquiries, he answers them, which has been so great.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been.
Seriously, like I've been dying, like being like, hey, do we want to respond to this or whatever? And Justin now will read all of our emails and say, I want to respond to this. Can I do this? And then he like writes up drafts and he goes, can I send this? I'm like, it's great. I shouldn't be doing that. It's like now considered like power symbol. Shouldn't
Oh
be.
yeah. Okay.
Honestly,
No
look at
more
that, like,
okay.
everything is such a
I know. I just can't. Anyway, that's Justin.
Justin, how long have you been on Eclipse?
I joined when what?
VI.
Yeah,
Number 5, yeah.
Fifth
October.
cover.
Oh wow! It's almost your 3-year anniversary.
Oh.
Almost is, yeah.
Okay.
Almost choked. Have you guys seen Chunga's light stick? I'm adopting
That's
it.
also Brandon Ding. Rancid
Rancid
potatoes.
potatoes. Oh.
Mhm.
Rancid potatoes, Brandon Ding.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, Brandon, have you seen Chunga's light stick? Stand-in was here last time. You guys didn't watch it. Wow.
Wow.
Wait, what does that mean though? Youngest in beauty.
He has baby
That's
face.
that you have a baby face.
He's
He's
baby.
You have young beauty.
Am I not wrinkly? That's good.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I did it. Yeah.
17 in San Jose.
I know, I'm very excited.
Well,
Also,
problem
no
is it's a work
worries.
there. and we
Take care of
can't
your
get
schoolwork.
Okay, yeah, go.
Do
Thank
your
you.
homework.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us.
We
Thank you
support
for
your
joining.
academic progress.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How tall is this building?
If you,
You wanna
if you,
fly us
if
out
you
there?
fly us out to Las Vegas,
Sponsor us.
Yes. Okay, Brandon is Solar Main Director. So.
Stop.
Sorry. Brandon is Solar Director. How long have you been on Eclipse, Brandon?
Justin and I joined at the same time.
Really?
Our first cover is the same cover.
When he
yeah.
was the one who directed that.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. How is it different now than it was back then?
Oh baby.
Oh my God.
I like
You're free to
it sounds
go off.
It sounds like I am like reading stuff. This is like genuinely from my brain. Like I wasn't here back then, so
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
The biggest thing is that back then, every cover we basically had to like ask all of our friends that were dancers, like, do you want to do this cover with us? Can you do this cover with us? Like, we need people to do this cover. Can you do this
Yeah.
cover?
Were they like, what's K-pop?
No,
There's
well,
No,
Yeah.
a lot of people, like a lot of, we would only like ask people who we knew like liked K-pop or
Yeah.
like knew how to dance or whatever
Yeah.
to do that, to be on covers with us. Yeah.
And now it's a lot more organized, and we
Yeah.
have a much
Yeah.
more like we have a
It is
dedicated
much
like,
more
team.
structured.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
How hard is it to learn a full dance in 3 days?
Depends on the.
It really depends on the dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just makes me want to die.
Have you guys hit the wall and accidentally hit someone? Yes.
Probably.
Honestly, I could do anything and accidentally hit someone.
He has very long
I
arms.
have long limbs,
Also-
especially if Annie's around.
Also, someone's been asking what our star signs are, and I really like talking about my star sign, mostly
That's
because
fun.
mine is just very accurate.
Mine is
I'm
like-
a Scorpio.
I'm a Libra.
You're
I
just
am-
like so Libra.
I know.
I am very Libra.
I am 2 fish.
He's 2 fish.
Two fish. Pisces.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Do you know your moon and rising signs?
Nope.
I think I'm Libra for like everything.
Yikes.
Wait, really?
I think so.
That's wild.
That's terrifying.
It's
That explains things.
I know. I was like, wait, that's a
That
lot
explains
though.
things.
yeah.
That explains things.
It's like
Let's go Libras. That's
there
true.
we go.
The thing is though that everybody likes Libras.
Yeah.
well, yeah, because we're very likable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys are pushovers. That's what happens when he's a leader and he's a Libra and he's like, oh, we should do.
Now you know why Sarah likes tolerates me being a director.
Oh no.
Yeah. When did we start enjoying K-pop? When did you guys start enjoying
It
K-pop?
was 2012 for me.
With what song?
The first no, that was not 2012. The first like K-pop choreo I ever learned, I think was "Where You At" by Taeyang. Either that or "Be Mine" by Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
The first song I ever performed for K-pop was "Eat You Up" by BoA, but the song that got me into K-pop was "Warrior" by BAP. And then from
How
there,
do you remember all of these things?
because those were all of my that was my freshman year in college.
Oh,
Was like all of the K-pop things I went to.
I'm old school. Sorry,
How old
DBSK.
school?
DBSK. Oh.
GB5K. Oh my god! Yeah.
God. Back when everyone's hair was just terrible.
Oh my gosh, so good. The triangle.
No, but also
I
like
wonder
the
if
and like
mess.
also like this.
Yeah.
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 Oh man, what a good time.
Like straight out of like
Yeah.
Inuyasha or something.
Yeah.
I was
Oh
in
my
second
God.
grade in 2012. We
Okay.
were in college.
Oh, you're literally 10 years younger than us.
Well, woo!
Wow.
Wow, Justin.
Justin,
Justin,
so
you're
much
like-
love.
Wow,
You are.
Justin. You guys, my favorite comment is from I think it was from Regular, right?
Yes, it was.
But it was
regular.
a reference to his to him and Likey, where he
Mhm.
Jihyo, where you were Jihyo. And
No,
Likey?
he was
That was
Sana.
Sana. And so somebody in Regular NCT 127 commented, I've liked Justin. So this is paraphrasing. I'm sorry. I've liked Justin since I saw him in Likey because he just has such kind eyes, and like you can see it in Regular also. He has such kind eyes, and it makes sense, guys.
It is very
does.
true.
He has kind
It is
eyes.
very true.
It just you like there's something about like
Like
when
you,
do
we
your
can look
facials,
at you and like you
And,
just
like-
feel calm.
Yeah.
my heart feels good. It feels good. And then he's also like an actual legitimate singer, so when he does like
The high notes.
the high notes, you can it's technique, guys. It looks like he's singing it because he could
actually
actually sing
is.
it. He could actually sing it. He does like he like breathes from the diaphragm, y'all. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Justin, can you sing?
Engage your core
Engage your core.
and go. "Ah!"
Justin was in an acapella group. Is he single? Wait, the thing is though, is that Instagram also asked the question.
Oh no!
sk.gif asked, is Justin single?
Oh
Justin just seems like a soft teddy bear. He is.
Yeah.
You got Justin sounds like my mom. Justin is like what you
I don't
want your mom to be.
Understand?
Justin,
Oh,
God
that's
dear.
here.
Yikes.
no! Still haven't answered the
Yeah,
question.
Justin, you didn't answer the question. Justin,
What was the que-
are you single?
Oh, no, sorry.
Justin, how long have you not been single? Oh.
2.5 years?
All right.
Almost 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Sarah, how do you know so much about
Wait,
it?
you know so
How
much
do you know
about
so much
this
about
relationship.
Justin's relationship? Justin,
My
my
mom.
mother.
No, we're just really, really close friends.
girlfriend?
It was at a dance studio.
Uh-huh. Tell us all about
She
it.
was really loud.
I'm wheezing. What do you mean she was really loud?
She was loud.
Uh-huh. And then what? Tell us the story. I don't think I've heard the story from your perspective.
You should tell the full story.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeez.
Let's get it. After
Where does it
Justin,
even
we
start?
can do Brandon, who's single right now. So we'll do a thing. We'll do a thing.
Yikes. So it was. Oh. Well, I don't know, Diana. What would you do? Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, you guys.
No, you're good. This is also good for the story.
Also
This
true.
is really good.
Oh, right. Where do I start?
Spoiler alert, you
From the
guys.
beginning.
Justin
should start-
stares everywhere.
You can start from the studio.
Yeah,
I
keep going, keep
guess.
going.
Yeah, I
And then
mean-
you can go into Limitless.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it was just like at the height. It was just we went to the same dance studio for like the weekly K-pop dance classes, workshops, and I just kind of got to know this group of people.
What
There were
what year
more
was
to
this?
this
What
one
year
more
was
than
Yeah.
just the two of us.
We were a lot of the old people.
What
A
year
lot of
was
the-
this?
Huh?
What year was this?
2000.
20...
Yeah,
Late
six?
2015, early 2016.
Yeah.
Really? That?
No.
No, it was like mid
2016.
Mid 2016. No, because you
I joined-
joined in like July 2016.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
was the
was,
summer
yeah.
of 2016.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I just noticed these people were good at dancing, and I saw them every week at the thing.
Wait, why did you start going to the studio?
Oh,
Honestly,
yeah.
I was just bored.
That's not what you told me.
What did I tell you?
You were like, I want to try it. Like you like had set a goal for yourself where you were like, I want to try like 2 new things every year.
Oh, right. Okay, that is true. I did want to try 2 new things every year. That,
And I thought this was one of those.
yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah.
Why are so many people dotting? I don't understand.
I don't know. But keep the chat going. It's actually doing
Yeah,
great
it's
on
good for
our.
us. It's good for us.
It's really good
Okay.
for our algorithm. So
Nice.
you know, keep
So,
chatting.
yeah,
Thank you.
and, I mean, went to the classes for like a couple months, and then the eye cover happened, and Brandon was like looking for people. Sarah was like, "Hey, this guy seems competent. Let's like, do you want to ask him?" Because
Those
like
were
they
actually
knew each
my
other a
words.
lot better like way before.
Those were actually my words. I was like, I feel like you wouldn't at least like bring it down.
Thanks. So yeah, and then what's up?
Justin.
What?
Justin.
What does that mean?
Yes.
That's what Sagittarius are. We're just loud and we laugh a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, Justin's telling a story. We'll
Okay.
talk about
Continue
you
the
later.
story.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, so I did the eye cover with them and got to know them all a little bit better. What happened after that?
You were just in a bunch of covers
Yeah,
later.
we just kept on.
We're doing
asking
covers.
you guys.
And then we just kind of sort of kept doing covers, and I got to know them all better through that.
And then you can tell the Limitless story now.
And then it was, it was during like practices for Limitless where I like really actually got to like, well, I got to know Sarah a lot better. I'm not really sure why that one in particular. Because that was the first
Well,
one.
why am I so important to this?
Yeah,
Oh,
story?
that's because she's my girlfriend. And I'm her boyfriend. Spoiler alert! Oh no. But yeah, so then I got to know them a lot better. Got to know a lot better through the cover practices. Because we're all like up stupidly late at practices for like,
We also, because what happened
Filming
was
was
after
a mess.
Limitless, I was like, oh, let's go get food.
yeah. Because like that was like the first like group food bonding kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was like during that cover practice where I was like, I think I like her. And then I asked if she wanted to get dinner before one of the last practices.
It was filming.
Or before filming, sorry. And then Sarah was like, yeah, sure, can Brandon come too? And I was like, oh, okay, I guess. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, okay. I think it was still a fun dinner.
I didn't know it was a date. You were just like, let's go do this before filming.
Yeah.
And that was when people thought Sarah and Brandon were dating.
Yeah, for much of that period, like,
There was like a solid like 4 or 5 months where people
Yeah.
just assumed we were dating, and like we literally didn't even say anything.
yeah. We weren't dating, by the
We
way.
were not. I am not Brandon's type.
Yeah.
Maddie.
I don't know that.
We
I don't know
knew.
what's happening.
Yeah.
People are just like, we're just telling stories, and then people just started fighting.
I don't
You
know.
guys-
It's not fighting.
they're
They're
not fighting.
just
They're
saying
just
promoting.
Yeah.
Also, Rosalicia is having
Oh.
a crisis.
Okay, that's what you meant.
Oh, if
If-
Sarah
Well,
was.
she is my girlfriend, so
Well,
what would I do?
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
We're eating. We're
We're
having a good time.
We're eating, talking to you guys.
I don't really understand the question, I'm sorry.
What if Sarah's girlfriend? What would you do?
Yeah, what
I mean-
would you do if I was your girlfriend?
The same thing I'm doing now? I don't know.
Treasure and love her for the rest of his life? I don't know.
Seems like a good plan.
What are we eating? Oh, stop. My heart goes Dugan Dugan, Doki Doki.
Did you hear what he said?
No.
No, it's okay.
Wait, there's a that I need to approve.
You need to approve it.
Yikes.
A Stray Kids
Yeah.
Bisco girl.
So-
Oh, there was one that
Oh, okay, she died.
there was a TikTok that I saw where it was they were playing 17 call, and you know how during Scoops' line he goes
Oh no. Oh
and then they
no.
put scrunchies on Scoops. It was
Oh,
so
no.
good.
That was also when Vernon says mushy mushy.
Mosh mosh.
My friend was so sad. She's Japanese and she just really loves 17. She was so sad. Aww.
Aw, thank you.
They're a
Mhm.
pretty cute couple,
Mhm.
yeah. I like how wait, what was the was it when you were just like modding one of the things and then everybody was complimenting and then you were sad that you didn't get
Oh,
complimented
right.
afterwards? Okay, that's what it was.
But yeah, so she is the Eclipse mom. I'm like
The Eclipse
Eclipse
treasurer.
and the Eclipse uncle.
Posh posh.
Mosh mosh.
Posh posh. Posh posh.
Ow. Okay.
Okay, now it's Brandon's turn. Brandon's single, you guys. So that's it.
That's a story. Cool. Moving on.
Oh no.
Oh
Yikes.
No, it's okay.
no. Wow. Okay, Lana. Okay, Lana.
Oh my god.
Guys, who would you ship Brandon with in Eclipse?
Oh.
Let's talk about it.
Oh,
No, not.
That's
Oh yeah. No.
Mm-mm.
No. No, direct executive directive order.
Veto.
We're not
No,
going
me
to
and
ship.
Brandon aren't dating,
No.
unfortunately. For you.
Fortunately.
I don't know. Libras and Sagittariuses get along really well, so.
Oh no.
No, you can't ship me and Brandon. It's illegal.
There's more than one reason why that won't work out. And that should not happen.
We're gonna have to bring that up with the.
With a certain
couple
other
people.
person who was in the first cover with us.
Oh, 5 squad.
Oh, why not?
5 squad.
That's fun.
I'm dating somebody. Gross.
Ew. Wait, really? I
It's
didn't
not
know
my stream. You guys are gonna have to tune into my stream.
There you go.
Then you can ask her the questions
this.
later.
There, yep. Just the next Brandon.
I mean, this is the Branston
This is yes.
stream.
This is a Branson stream.
What's your
Mhm.
sexuality? Oh, whoa. Yeah,
Oh, whoa.
bromance. We love bromance. We love friendship, you guys. We should friendship.
Friendship. Female
Friendship.
meeting.
What?
Excuse me?
Grandmas. So we were looking at like icons because we were making or Sarah was making the highlight
Okay.
things, right? And so there's this one that's just like romance, and it's like a boy icon and a girl icon.
Uh-huh.
And then there's one that's a girl icon and a girl icon, and it's called female meeting.
What?
And then there's my other favorite one, which is two girls, like two heads, right? And then they have like the blunt bang in the top bun, and two of them, and it's like lesbian grandmas. And I was like, that's me, that's my hairstyle.
I was like, Lana, that's you. I have lettuce in my hair.
It was just two heads that were like this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like no other distinguishing features.
Yeah.
Just this bun with the bangs.
With the bangs?
But then like no wrinkles or anything.
Yeah.
There's just two lesbian grandmas. I was like, that's me.
Oh my god.
Brand mans. That's
Oh.
pretty funny.
Sounds like a type of like magic where you just summon Brandons.
That's-
Brandon Mancy.
That should not be a no.
I don't like that.
No.
Have you guys looked at our Patreon yet? Will you guys give us money? We'll give you stuff in return. That's what a Patreon does.
But also
Oh, thank
donations
you.
welcome.
But yes, donations are definitely welcome. Do I have the Patreon up? You guys, we're really excited about it, and we can also talk about it if you want. After we finish questions for Branston. Have you guys ever felt like coloring your hair? Sarah's
I
hair is
have.
colored right now.
Sarah's is colored, and I have colored my hair.
Yes.
I get really bored
I tried one
with
too.
my hair color. And then
My
I
hair
said
is
I
too
could
dark.
only see it in your.
Yeah, it only showed up in my gray hairs.
Look, you guys.
We have one person. Just put your hand behind. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the Patreon.
We have a Patreon
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That is our official Patreon.
There's so many tiers.
I'm gonna be a star. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna.
Which
be.
one's my favorite one is, hold on, I'll show you my favorite one. This one. You can get Polaroids of whatever member you want if you pay us $15. Plus all the other rewards
Plus all
from
the other
these
things
tiers
above.
too.
Mhm.
So the $2 one is your name's gonna be on every video. Every video that we put out in the month that you donate, at the end screen your name's gonna be on it. And then after that, for $5, then you get to vote on a cover that we'll do. And it doesn't have to be solar or lunar. It could be anybody could be in it. Anyone can be in it, but you would just pick, you would help choose what the cover would be.
What the song would be.
And your name would be on the video. And then for $15, you get a Polaroid, a signed Polaroid of any member you want. And I'm gonna try to collect all of them. So every month, there's gonna be a set of ECLIPSE photo cards, Polaroids, and you could get one. And then we also have it for international, but you have to pay for shipping. Sorry. And then the highest one is $25, and you can see what our final practice video looks like. And like at this point, I feel like it's gonna be like the cute version. You know how like the idols do like heart versions or something. It's gonna be the final dance practice that no one else can see except for ECLIPSE and you.
Or you'll just see me mess up.
Yeah, you'll also see us mess up probably, but no one else will see it except for ECLIPSE and you, and anyone else who pays us $25 every month.
This isn't beer. It's apple juice.
Apple juice, don't worry.
Apple juice is just strictly better than beer. Let's be
I-
real.
Apple
Plus
cider.
like 5
or what
hundred
is
to
it?
that.
Sparkling apple cider is just the best.
What
Mhm.
is
It's
the
not.
alcoholic apple? What's that called?
It's hard
Cider,
Apple
hard
orchard.
cider.
Hard cider.
Angry orchard.
Angry
Apple
orchard.
orchard.
Apple
Apple
orchard.
orchard.
Apple orchard. Okay, cool. Anyways,
Justin, can you do
that's our
egg
Patreon.
yolk?
Yes. Oh my God, Justin's so good at egg yolk.
He doesn't need to like try. Never mind.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. it, and I was like, excuse me?
Sarah, will you turn up with me? Let's get it.
After that, yes.
Turn
Okay,
it.
Brandon.
Brandon's already in love with me. I wouldn't be on this team. Oh no.
Brandon, can you do an egg yell?
I was afraid this. What? How do you egg it? I don't.
Just do anything.
Hello.
Okay, I'm done. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Have fun at school.
I'm sorry,
Have fun at
Are you
school.
okay?
No.
Do you need help?
Yes. Oh no. Thank you.
I'm really upset.
So am
How
I.
do you feel when people
It's
say Geminis are the worst? Joshua_Ying. I don't have any particular feelings about any particular Geminis, but I've heard that people were like, Geminis are the worst.
One of my best friends is a Gemini, so I can't really say much.
I think it's Tauruses I don't get along with. Well, not that I don't get along with, it's just very hard for me to get along with. I know, you said you're a Gemini, and that's why I was like, how do you feel when people are like, I don't like Geminis? I just want to know.
Yeah.
I have no particular feelings
Yeah.
about them, but my sister said that she doesn't like Geminis. What is it, Diana?
Lena.
What?
Lena. Lena.
What would you like, Diana?
Lena.
It is not my... Yes, Libras.
Yes,
we love Libras
Libras.
in this house.
That means that your birthday is at some point soon,
Or it has
or
already
has
has
happened
birthday.
recently.
Happy birth month.
Yes. Birth, star sign.
Bah.
Thanks for
Thank you.
saying we have good coverage.
Thank you.
What is your favorite album?
What's your favorite album? K-pop and non-K-pop, I guess, if you want to go that far.
Well, also, what are we considering? Like, are we considering like just the audio, or are we also considering like packaging
Ooh.
and like how it's presented?
Ooh.
We
Your
can probably
call.
have two categories of
Yeah,
answers.
yeah.
Okay.
Favorite-
Oh, happy almost birthday, YOLO.
Oh wow, that is very
Yay.
soon.
Yeah, Scorpios. Also, Diana wants to ask you a question.
Oh, what is it? Oh no, this person has been asking about that. We should talk about
Okay.
sorry?
Okay. Yeah, we'll go.
Oh
with
yes.
that. All right. So, what is your favorite album, audio-wise? Like, just all of the songs are like absolute bangers, and you think the entire album is like great.
Sentimentality is also.
Yeah.
Going sentimentality, my favorite album is the one that, whichever album was ABBA Dancing Queen.
Ooh.
Because that was the first one that I bought with my own money.
Aww.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good
Oh,
one.
I'm so cozy.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, that was the first one I ever
That's
bought.
a good one.
What about you?
Well, the Lion King soundtrack.
OSG.
Oh,
Nice.
that.
Well, that was, yeah.
Do you consider that an album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Well,
wait,
it's
why
still an
not?
album, but it's like a cassette tape.
Yeah. Or no, I had the CD.
Wait, Lana, remember that time when we were both like screaming at each other, and we were both like, ah, and then we kept going, and we went, ah, and then people around us like started like joining in, and yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
Also, that's basically like at least the beginning part of that. The is like that every single practice for every cover that they put together. Thank you.
Oh, Sammy!
Hi, Sam.
Sammy, don't creep. You can just be here.
Yeah.
Be here with us. We love you.
Yeah. What is your
Which-
favorite album package-wise?
I was gonna ask which Lion King soundtrack.
Like, are you talking like Broadway or
Yeah.
like?
Broadway, animated, or live action?
Like
the
the-
one that
Live action.
The Broadway one for me.
Intriguing. Anyway, what's the package-wise?
package wise.
I don't have many albums myself, but probably the one that I appreciate the most is probably the 101 album that was like the I Promise You era. Because I got the Songwoo
Oh my
and
god,
Daegu one.
oh my god. You were so annoying during that era.
I know. I know.
He went to Korea at that time and he literally listened to I Promise You like on repeat
For,
and
like,
then
an
he
entire
saw
week.
it live at KCON LA
And he
and
just
he
was a.
so he was crying, right? But he wasn't only crying, he was also sweating. And then he was crying and sweating and it was like there was
And
just
he
so
was
much like
Just wearing
liquid.
he was just wearing like an
He was wearing like a
undershirt.
shirt, right?
Just like
And-
like a t-shirt.
And
It was like a
I was
very
like
thin
comforting him
shirt.
because he was sweaty. So I was like doing this,
That was a mistake.
and
This,
I did
yeah?
this,
Yeah.
and
That
like
was a
I
mis-
heard like a squelch.
That was a mistake.
I heard like a squelch, and then I went, oh
Oh no. That was and currently remains the only time that I have cried for at any
no!
concert.
Also, like literally, like during the I Promise You thing, like that during that era itself, he was also incredibly annoying.
Yes. Yes.
Nathan.
Hello, Nathan.
Oh,
Oh, there was a
for
Question.
classes.
There's
Sorry, I'm gonna
midterms
go.
already?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this real quick. For
I know
classes,
my iPad.
every Sunday, it's not necessarily gonna be the same teachers.
we have rotating.
It's gonna be a
teachers.
rotating set of teachers.
Mostly because people are gonna get tired and they
and
need
busy.
breaks.
Yeah, and I think like the aim is to try to do songs that are kind of like relevant, just released, and or we've like recently done a cover of it. So it's like we could do a cover, publish it, and then you can learn it too.
Oh my god.
Let's get this bread. Yes, and then there's other stuff. I can't remember. Would you guys like to dance with idols if you had the chance? We danced with Golcha.
Mm-hmm.
We danced with
Golden
Golden
Child.
They
That
were
was
so
fun.
That was so much fun.
That was also nuts. Like that was just none of us. No one knew that was
No one
happening.
knew it was gonna happen.
They didn't know they were going there.
Yeah.
We didn't know they were coming, and they just sort of showed up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy.
It was just really funny because like Lucas wasn't learning it, and then we were all just like, I was like kind of learning it, and then Lucas like ran over to where we were learning it in the back.
It's like
Sorry.
teach us real quick.
Yeah, and he was like, and I was like, Lucas, what are you doing? And he was like, Golden Child is here. I'm like, well. And then we all freaked out, but it was pretty cool.
Sorry, I'm gonna just do some camera adjustments because. Oh god, I'm bad. There you go.
Yeah, Brandon can do a horse sound. Brandon.
Wait, yeah, we've had some
I need
we've
a-
had some requests for
I need a-
reactions from
I
Brandon.
need
So
a-
let's have this little mini.
So I act.
What was the point of that?
I'm talking
Okay.
before. I act like somebody who's like 2 to 3 times my age in terms of like the sounds that I make and the groans that happen when I move. And whenever like I have to like do floor work or like start like knees on the floor, I'm literally just like I'm also not super tired right now. Like I'm That's not an exaggeration either.
That's
That's
Like,
actually what we hear.
that actually
Like
happens.
rehearsal.
We hear this.
It's not even just at practices or like rehearsals. Like if he's sitting, like standing
yeah,
up
that's
from like a
true.
chair or like.
Yeah, no.
If I- if-
Here's 2 things that'll happen. He'll make the horse sound as he gets up, and he goes, "Oh no, I stood up too fast."
It doesn't matter how fast or slow he
Yeah.
stands up.
He says I stood up too fast every single
He's
time.
always standing up too fast.
If I'm not like making a sound like vocally, then some like joints are creaking somewhere.
Yeah, you can hear all of the cracks in his knees. Oh my god, are you guys gonna dress up for Halloween?
My office is holding a costume party.
Thank you.
It's a pretty good horse sound. So, okay, but are you gonna participate?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Same thing I do every year.
Are you just gonna wear your kigu?
Yeah.
That's what I do every year too.
Wear my sheep onesie.
Aww. Bye,
Here, I
and
wear my
citizens
kigu.
holding
Bye.
water.
Bye.
Oh, have a good
Oh,
shower.
okay.
Have a good shower.
Bye bye.
We stand proper hygiene.
Yes, we love
Yes,
hygiene.
We love hygiene.
Okay, have a good school. Bye. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for this person.
I'm ready for your horse sound.
By Joshua _.
That's pretty
That's pretty good.
Well played.
That's a pretty good
That's
sound.
Oh no, Brandon, your glasses came off.
Oh.
You have to put your glasses
Oh my God.
back on.
What is it? What is it?
50
shades-
underscore shades up.
Requested. How does Brandon put his glasses on?
Okay, I found your glasses.
Thank you. I can't see anything.
My
Oh
cheeks aren't
no.
actually that soft though.
They're
That's
not
the
that
thing.
soft.
They're really
it's actually
squishy.
just, yeah.
Okay. Brandon.
You have to put your glasses
I
on.
can't
He's like an
see.
anime villain.
No, you angled your head down.
Oh no, my glasses fell off again.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
no.
keep
You should
yeah,
get your,
yeah,
your
there you
ear
go.
things
Okay,
fixed.
there you go.
Okay.
Oh my
There you go.
god.
I can't do it with right
But you have to. You can't angle your head down.
You're so legitimately what he does though.
Every
Wait.
time.
Make his glasses slide down his face. Okay, now
Okay.
fix them. He
It's
literally
like
he
he
does
hates
this
how
like
he's
a
eating.
You have to stretch the like skin of your face so that when your glasses sit, then they like sit well. Because if your like face is all scrunchy, then it's like
That's not gonna work.
it's not working. It's like
I
already falling
saw
down.
literally no difference.
I felt the
Okay.
difference.
I guess that's what matters.
Yeah, it's his face.
You're right.
It's
You're right.
called the placebo effect.
His
Look
face,
it
his
up.
choices. Do you guys wish you had your own meme? We already have
We
it.
have
We
our
make
own
our own.
memes.
I don't know.
Does anybody remember when memes were like templates and not
Yes.
like any
Yeah.
random picture?
Yeah.
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 Bye, Silver
Bye.
Tape. Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you.
need it. We'll need that luck. We will need it.
It's gonna be a fun time.
Drink the poison. Like it's a heart.
I put on my glasses fairly normally.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think I do that sometimes too, but I don't make that face.
Mm.
Oh, I
I do
push
this one.
mine on the just
Yeah.
on the
I do
side.
this one.
Or oh no, I think I do this when I push them up. Like
did
I
the
just
this thing.
but then when I either go this or I go this. Yeah.
Yeah, and after switching to contacts, like I would just like rub my nose here.
Same.
And then it's just
Same.
like, oh wait, there's nothing here. I guess I'll just rub my nose.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you guys. You can't have donation trains anymore. You just have to Patreon train.
Yeah.
Mm.
Join Patreon.
What do I just imagine Brandon making?
Brandon,
Can you try?
Oh no!
Oh,
your
no.
glasses
Looks like you need to get some new
Wait,
glasses.
Wait, oh no, wait. Oh no, your glasses are so far away. Now you have to stand up.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh.
Wow, this person took
Oh.
really, really good. Really good.
Nice. I'm gonna dip my sip.
Okay, this is gonna
Okay,
be.
okay. He's
This
gonna
is-
put his glasses on
I'm gonna
while
try.
he sits down.
I'm gonna try. I'm probably gonna mess something up.
Okay, come closer.
You just have to be natural, bro.
That was a lot.
That was too
That
much.
was a lot.
That was too much.
Yes, we always fancy ooh.
Yeah, we fancy ooh a little too much.
It's because I would just normally do this even before the cover
It's
came out.
torture, Brandon.
That's literally every
It's
every
called
hour I'm with
ECLIPSE.
somebody else in the clip.
It's called being friends with me. No, don't be sorry. That was great. Thank you for giving us context.
Yeah, says Brandon,
Thank
you're
you for
relatable.
not letting us just sit here in awkward silence.
I'm glad that I'm relatable.
Let's see what questions people have. You guys can also ask questions. If
Yeah,
you have any.
please ask more
But-
questions. Well, someone asked like
There are a couple questions that got pushed out.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you guys remember?
Oh, someone
them?
asked like best advice you have for someone who's
Oh,
starting
yeah.
out.
Starting out or who's like feels like they're a stiff dancer.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I think the approach to dancing, even like when you're on a team like we are, like for me, it's just about having fun. Like, you know, that's one of the biggest things that dancing has always been for me. Is like it's just been a lot of fun, and like, you know, I obviously like want to like look good, and especially now that, you know, we have like an audience and everything. But like at the root of it all, like we're doing this because we enjoy it, and like because we have fun doing it. And that's, I think, one of the most important things, and that shows a lot more than you would think. It's just like, if you are enjoying yourself, like, that's gonna translate, and just a lot of practice and like keep on doing it. And you know, when you start out, you're gonna think that you don't like, you know, you don't look good or whatever, but really it's just like pushing yourself and just keep on dancing, and then like over time, you know, you'll just figure out how your body moves and how it works, and then you know, you can learn to work with that and like adapt that to the dances that you're trying to do.
I think like for like being stiff while dancing, like I think a lot of it has to do with like being nervous or slightly uncomfortable. So like if you're with people that like you enjoy being around and like you're having a good time, like that really does help like sort of relax you, and then you can use that to, I guess, be less stiff. Yeah.
What's your favorite cover been so far?
Ooh.
That we've been in or that Eclipse has done?
Let's do both.
Okay. Ooh.
If they're different.
Lance
Lance is out here. Whenever Lance asks questions, you know it's going down.
Nice.
I think favorite cover I've been in, like to watch, is probably Thanks by 17.
Ooh.
That I've not been in would probably be Butterfly, Luna's Butterfly.
Yeah. Those are actually pretty close to my favorites. Like things are just like it was. I really like the song. Like
Yeah.
First off,
Mm-hmm.
like that would have been something that I would have probably like listened to or added to like my favorites playlist.
Mm-hmm.
And like as a cover, it was really fun. I also really liked how I guess the art directors for that cover wanted to use the original choreo in the music video as opposed to the dance cover the dance version that they actually used live. I thought that was like a really nice touch. That sort of separated that from a lot of the other covers.
Mm-hmm.
And then Butterfly was just like a masterpiece to watch. It was
Yeah.
it was just great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wish-
I'm,
Sorry, I wish we had cause like I've seen the videos that K-Chow took while he was just there.
yeah.
For Butterfly?
Yeah,
You
cause
could probably ask him.
but I think he only took clips. Cause I would have wanted to hear like all of the water splashing. Cause
Yeah.
you can hear it in like the little IG story clips that he
Mhm.
took. That was wild.
Oh, I have the original clips, by the way.
Raws, right?
I have the raws.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
let's
can
hear it.
give them to you. Yeah.
Okay, I just like watching them. I think
Yeah.
it was weird.
And,
Okay,
like,
No,
being,
it was like an experience when I was picking clips. Yeah.
yeah. And like being on the like not in the cover, but like being there for filming, like that was an experience.
Yeah.
It was like raining, like pretty hard. Oh,
I think it's because pay for my Wi-Fi.
well,
Can I have my keyboard?
Are we back?
hello.
Yeah.
Can anyone respond being like, this is working? I guess I could check also.
No, we're green.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Stream health. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
But like being on the other side of it and just like seeing everybody in the cover, like, you know, throwing themselves on the
Yeah.
ground and like, you know, dancing in the rain, but also like being on the other side of it, you know, like for the people who were there supporting, it was, you know, it was like raining, and so like I was like chasing Miguel around with an umbrella, like trying to keep his camera dry, which didn't really work.
Yeah. Because like we've been in covers before that have been also kind of struggly, but like seeing how they like handled it, like how like the actual experience of like watching the filming itself, and then like seeing what came out of it
Yeah.
was just like it was really impressive. Just like to watch how like professional everyone was about it. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, it was an experience. Like, it was a full-on, like, emotional
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh my
It was
gosh,
like a
it was.
6-hour marathon.
Yeah, it was like 6 hours, and we were like waiting for it to stop raining, and
And
then
then waiting for it to start raining.
Yeah, because we need like consistency between takes, because it'd be weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
But yeah,
Um,
lightness. It's if spending that money on that makes you happy, then go for it. Like,
Oh yeah.
don't
Oh,
be
yeah.
afraid to like. What's the point of money if not to enjoy life, right? So go for it. I'm glad that you made the
Give and
you
take
made the dive.
capitalism.
Yeah.
That literally was it though, Nathan. We were like,
Mhm.
it's raining.
Yeah.
It's raining.
Yeah.
And then it would stop raining. It would be a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone asked, by the way, what is your favorite meal? meal to eat after
Oh
filming
yeah,
the
I
video?
really liked that question. It was so
Ooh.
cute.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It kind of depends on the filming like environment.
Yeah.
Like if it's cold and windy, you kind of gravitate sort of like a noodle soup kind of feeling,
Mhm.
or at least I do.
Yeah.
And then like if it's like super hot or whatever,
Mhm.
like I don't actually know what I go for after that.
There's this, because we film a lot in San Francisco, which is pretty north of us. It's like about an hour north of where most of us live. And then there's a sushi place that Helen introduced us to that's in Millbrae, which is like kind of like on the way to
Right.
and from San Francisco. And like it's a really good sushi place, and like
good quality, really good value too.
yeah, it's like good like Justin said, good quality and like good value. And so like there's been a lot of so like there have been a lot of filmings where we've gone there after, and there's like this really whole like small hole in the wall restaurant, and like we'd sometimes just flood it with like 15 people,
Yeah.
which is like half of their capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
plays.
guys like plays or musicals?
I do.
Yeah, I don't go to
Favorite
nearly as many as
musical.
I would like to.
Yeah.
Favorite musical?
I haven't seen that many, but I've seen Lion King, obviously. But I also saw Wicked, which was really good.
Ooh.
I
Still haven't
really,
seen Wicked.
I
Really?
really want to see that.
Wicked was really good.
Still haven't seen Wicked.
Yeah.
I think my favorite that I've seen, I did see. It was a couple, like 2 or 3. It was like my second to last year of college or something, but the Broadway tour of Les Mis made a stop through Pittsburgh, and I was like, I can't not
Yes.
go, and like
Yeah.
that was really impressive.
I regret not going to Book of Mormon when that was in town for me. I love Rent. I love
Mm.
Rent with all my heart.
I haven't seen that one.
Although also in terms of like amusement value, I would say that the Disneyland rendition of Frozen is also pretty funny.
I didn't like it.
It was good
Okay,
for
we
probably
went
the
in-
wrong reasons.
We went in on a whim.
Yeah.
Literally, we were really tired. We were walking around.
We
and
needed a place to sit, and like that was cold.
yeah, we were like, we need air conditioning and we need to sit down. And we like saw this theater. This was in DCA, and this lady was like, "Come in, come watch the show." And we're like, "What
Okay,
is
sure.
it?" She was like, "It's AC. It's really cute." And I was like, "Okay."
Well, that was also the Mickey Orchestra thing too. I think, right? That was also a separate
No.
situation.
Well, Mickey Orchestra was because I wanted to see
Yeah.
it, but it was stupid.
Yeah, it was okay, but it wasn't what we were expecting.
Yeah.
The costume change is pretty cool though. I was a theater minor in college, so I watched a lot of musicals and plays. I have a lot of
Okay.
feelings about them. You can go on my Instagram to see them.
We read the comments.
It's because we're answering the
We're
questions
answering
you
questions
guys
that
just
you guys
sent.
literally just asked us.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we're just human. What were there were a couple that I was looking at. They're telling a story about things, Nathan.
Thank you, Nathan.
Can you scroll up? I can't remember. I feel like there was something that. Oh, I do want to answer that one.
Oh, I want to answer that one, yeah.
Somebody answer it. Oh wait, I like Show's question.
Oh,
Describe each other as a candy or a snack.
a snack.
Ooh.
Well, Brandon would probably be like one of those thick Pockies because he's just like a long stick, or a Slim Jim.
Oh wait, what flavor of the Pocky though? Just the regular kind.
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of. I think like classic.
Classic chocolate.
Guys, we can't answer your questions on demand. It takes time for us to answer questions. If you guys keep complaining, we will turn off. No, we won't.
No,
We're not gonna turn off chat.
Yeah, I know.
We'll just
But
be
also,
really
like,
sad.
You guys need to be like patient, guys. You guys need to be patient. Like how you guys need to be patient and waiting for our covers for songs that come out. We can't push out covers in a day, okay?
As you can tell, we got a lot of heat from
Yeah.
Feel Special for
There
some
was
reason.
No, Diana, you're
yeah,
good.
yeah, I find it. There's just been some other people who have interacted with us that have not understood how life works,
Yeah.
really.
And the fact that we are human beings who
Yeah.
have full-time jobs or
Yeah.
are students,
Yeah,
and
that's
we
like-
do this.
Yeah.
This
Eclipse
Eclipse is not
isn't
our
our
job.
full-time job, guys.
Yeah.
Like this is like
That's
extra.
one of the things I think
Yeah.
that most people don't seem to understand, especially
Yeah.
like, when we're dealing with like people have like requests for like dance performances or like
Yeah.
for like business related requests. They don't seem to understand that we are either students or full time employees. Like we work. This is what we do
Yeah.
outside of work.
Yeah.
So like being able to do this in addition to like all of our normal responsibilities is already a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are so funny.
Brandon.
Huh.
What is Justin as
Justin
a
as
snack?
a snack.
Yeah.
Gummy bear.
I
I was
know.
gonna say Haribo gummy bears.
Oh, but Haribo's gross.
Really? I
Really?
like Haribo.
But that's like
Uh,
one of like the most likable.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
most
that is-
people,
are-
like
like-
it's like the most like agreeable
That
snack.
like that is my favorite type of gummy bear.
I feel like Haribos are too like they're too like stiff.
That's
They're
that's
very,
fair.
very
They're
firm.
They are firm. Yes, that is
Very
true.
firm.
Yeah, like I like the Haribo gummies in general. Like, yes, I will eat them, and yes, there is enjoyment in that, but they're
Mhm.
still very firm for gummies.
What is your?
Let
what
us
is
know
your-
if the sound is better. I tried to turn it up. I'm so sorry.
What is your preferred gummy bear?
You know, well, it's not. I don't think they make gummy bears, but those like. I remember if they're Japanese or Chinese, but there's those like little round fruit gummies that you see, like they have like the melon gummies, little round ones,
Oh, the
like melon,
yeah,
orange,
the Japanese one.
yeah.
They come in the little.
in
I
a
think
little
they're
package,
in
like
the
little
yeah.
color
Yeah,
packages,
yeah,
like they're just
Yeah.
like round
Yeah.
gummies.
Plants.
Firm.
Justin is firm.
Okay, thanks guys.
Okay, that's.
It was because
Yeah,
I turned up
okay.
the volume.
It
It
was
was
because
because
laughing.
earlier, yeah, we were laughing really
Okay.
loudly and we didn't want to kill your ears. We're so sorry.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Joshua, I thought you were taking a shower.
I know. Wait, there was a oh
Did
yeah.
you-
How was the choreos collab? Sorry, we're gonna try to answer questions quickly.
Danielle, hello. Hi, Danielle.
Hey.
Hello. I don't know
Was-
who Danielle is, but
I
that's
went to
fine.
college with her.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I miss you too, Danielle.
Aw. How was the choreos collab?
It was.
It was fun.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like it was because like Choreos is like such a like well-known group, and like we were in LA, and like we're just like hey, and like putting it together and like interacting with their leadership team and everything, and then like meeting up with them, like meeting them in person, and like figuring everything out was like really cool, and it's like it's kind of seeing how other teams work and like how we interact with other
Yeah.
teams, which was really like fun to do.
So, for me personally, I think this was my fault because I didn't actually interact with them as much as I should have. It really didn't feel all that different as far as like normal cover experiences goes, because like we kind of all had the same goal, and we were at a point where like it just kind of worked together pretty well without too much
Yeah.
additional direction. So
Yeah.
it really just felt like a normal cover.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite boba order, or like what's your
Ooh.
like boba favorite flavor?
I have-
thing?
There are 3. Wintermelon, anything is, I love wintermelon. Taro smoothies or drinks in general I also I really
You
like.
can't tell, but that's supposed to.
Oh
be
yeah,
purple.
it's supposed to be. It's purple. It was
Yeah.
purple. And then lately, I like the Hokkaido milk tea a lot, except it's basically just milk and brown sugar, so it's not good for me. So I'm trying not to get that as much.
My go-to boba order is lychee green tea with lychee jelly, or mango Yakult tea, which is this one.
Your mango is separated.
My
It
mango
is
is separated.
separated.
Yes,
Yeah.
but this as well.
Yeah, Selena's shirt says have a good time. Do you guys like spicy food?
I don't dislike it. I usually don't go out of my way to get spicy food, and often if I'm given the choice of spicy or not spicy, I'll go for the not spicy, just because I don't want to be in pain while I'm eating. But like certain spices, I like more than others. I think too.
Okay. I'm gonna answer spicy real quick, but Nathan, question about your taro. Do you like taro as like the whole flavor of the whole drink, or do you like milk tea with like actual taro in it? Which one do you go for usually? But yeah, whenever you.
Wow, what an interaction.
But yeah, like I prefer like real taro because usually the full purple taro tastes kind of fake.
Yeah,
But yeah.
it also depends. But I've had like places.
Yeah,
I
there's
just
some places have it really
enjoy
good,
it.
but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
most like 90% of the places it tastes super fake. But yeah, spicy food. I really like spicy food. I think my tolerance has gone down slightly because oddly enough, there isn't as much super spicy around NorCal, I feel like. or like you have to like know where to look pretty much. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's. There's also like a mood that's like sometimes you just want to eat like spicy, just like melt your face off, but sometimes you just want to enjoy the food you're eating as well. So like there's a time and place for each.
What's your favorite spicy melt your face off?
There was this one place in I think it was Cupertino that I liked. It was like I forgot what it was called, which is probably why I can't find it anymore. But it's like Sichuan style food, so it's basically just like like chili peppers, peppercorn, and like plus something. It's just like chili and peppercorn, and it's great. I love that. I really like peppercorn.
Yeah. Do it. Yeah. Sarah, give Sarah a dancer question. She'll do them in the background while
while they answer questions.
That was, I think.
Oh, that's a yup dog. That's a yup
That's
dog.
one of my
I'm
favorite
actually a little
memories.
sad that like yes, getting those extra mild is probably the way to go, but I'm a little sad I didn't get to try the mild to see like how spicy it actually was. I'm a little.
So in LA for KCON, it was me, Brandon, Fat, Joyce, and Andrew. Is that all of us?
Yeah.
And so we got like mild spicy. Is it yup?
Yup dog, yeah.
And we were having this debate over mild versus extra mild, and I was like, what if extra mild is like more? It's debatable. The meaning of it is debatable. So we went with mild because we thought like maybe extra mild is more spicy or something. I don't know. We went the safe route, and so like it was so spicy, you guys.
Like if you had to compare it to like I guess like the 1X like the fire noodles whatever. How would you rate that?
I have not had 1X.
Oh, okay.
I've only had 2X, but that was a while ago. I feel like it was for me it was closer to 2X.
Oh, okay.
I would say I would say probably a little bit spicier than 1X.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like then like the rate of like if you got like medium or like spicy,
That's
like
too much.
there's got to be a point where you just stop tasting things, right?
Yeah.
Like there's got to be a point where it just doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And then we started playing Stray Kids Side Effects and just like trying to push away the feeling.
And
Favorite weird food combinations. Ooh.
I can't dance hit on this couch,
Yeah.
Lance.
It's,
Unless you want me to do the.
Ooh, yes, that's
favorite
a good
food
one.
combinations.
Oh,
what
It's
was-
8:30. Joshua _Ying. We're in the same time zone.
Yes.
I think you mentioned what time it was.
What's your favorite weird food combination?
I need to think about that one. The first one that comes to mind is I remember in my sophomore year of college, on every Sunday morning I would go to the on-campus market and I would get chicken tenders and sushi.
And like, would you eat it like
Yeah.
as one
Like,
meal?
would
Not
you
like,
like,
not
cut
together.
the
Okay,
chicken
not like
on
together.
top of the
one
sushi
and then the
yeah,
other
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
like what about that did you enjoy? I guess.
I don't know.
What was there?
Like, cause at one point there's a lot going on right now. Like at one point I just cause I like the chicken tenders and I like sushi and I was just like, and the breakfast at like on the weekends where I went to college was just like overpriced. Although what I ended up getting was about the same price.
Okay.
Now that I think about it. But yeah, it would be yeah, I would just get it, and then like after a few weeks, it just became like a habit, like my
Okay.
Sunday like routine to go.
It's like okay, I get
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I think it's not actually weird, but like so my coworkers are super into coffee and like the daily coffee runs and everything. So our coffee bar at work does have like a small selection of gelato and get like those like gelato coffee
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
My current favorite there is a pistachio gelato with like a coffee shot. It looks nasty. Like it's like soy sauce and wasabi, but way too much wasabi. You get like this weird like brown green paste, but it's really good.
It sounds good.
Yeah, and then the other favorite is also less weird, but like banana gelato coffee with habanero pepper flakes.
Oh, I could be into
yeah.
that.
Oh, wow.
That
It's
sounds
really
pretty
good.
Oh, I remember you telling me the habanero
Yeah.
story.
It's really good. if you're
If I'm
feeling.
skipping songs, it's because I don't
Yeah.
know it. I'm so sorry.
There was another one that I liked, but I can't remember what it is. Brandon, do you know that you're tall?
You know, it's hard to remember that sometimes. Especially with like Alex around, like it's really hard to.
Alex is so
But
tall.
for
Alex
real
is
though,
really
like,
tall.
do you ever just kind of like forget that like you are actually taller and like that other people aren't as tall as you, as far as like when you're like doing or expecting actions from other people?
The biggest thing, I mean, you know, I think that to an extent I do sometimes just forget like relatively how tall I am to everybody. And then when I see somebody that is taller than me, I'm always just like, whoa.
This is weird.
Like, you're really tall. Because I'm used to being taller than, like, most people I'm around. That's tangent. Yeah. But then, so then when I do see someone who's taller than me, I'm always just like, take a step back. I'm like, wait, this is weird. I'm not used to this. Like, who's tall? Someone's taller than me? But yeah.
Okay.
I want to learn NCT Boom, but I just have been very lazy. And I also don't know Pirate King. I'm so sorry. That's all.
Oh, what's your favorite K-pop group?
I don't know if I have one right now, honestly. Because it was Infinite.
Uh-huh.
And then Infinite, you know, Hoya
What's your
left.
favorite member?
Hoya left.
I
And
want
then.
to pee.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Wait, I need my phone.
Okay, bye. And then
Gonna look
L
at the
just
memes.
left, and then now Sung Kyu and Sung Yeol are both in the military. So like, there's like
They're in a musical together.
they are in a musical together with a bunch of other
Yeah, they're
with a bunch of other idols that are in the military. It's pretty cool. But and so like, you know, Infinite like hasn't been doing a lot recently, and then was 101, but then 101 disbanded.
Well, is it really? Like, I feel like contract expiring is different than disbanding.
True. Yeah.
Because disbanding to me feels like there was like a reason
Like,
for
it
this.
is
Like,
like-
Yeah.
outside of
We
hey,
can
our
talk to you
contractual
about
yeah.
disbanding. me and
Yikes.
Justin can talk to you about disbanding.
Yikes. Ooh.
But
But they
yeah.
haven't technically officially disbanded.
I mean,
Yeah.
they left.
They left,
the
yeah.
company.
So I guess yeah, my favorite group of all time, I guess the proper word is now was FX. There was some drama along the way, but like, yeah, they're my favorite group. I haven't really picked a new one yet, mostly because I've also gotten to the point where like I feel old and it's hard for me to keep up with all these new groups,
Yeah.
and it's just
For
a
all
lot of
these.
media to consume to
It
figure
is.
out which one you like.
Yeah.
So
Very
I just
true.
haven't had a chance to take that.
Sorry. Talking about FX.
Yeah.
FX.
It just
I see.
yeah, but picking like a new favorite group is just really hard because there's just so much to go
Oh.
through.
That's,
Yeah.
that was my follow-up. I have 2 follow-up questions for that. One of them
Yeah.
was Nathan's on Instagram.
Yeah,
He said,
yeah.
if you could design FX's light stick, what would
Oh,
it look
jeez.
like?
Oh, that's a hard question. Because I mean, I honestly don't think I'd be able to because the FX fandom didn't really get a chance to mature to the point where they figure out like what their icon or like a symbol really
Mhm.
is. Like SM Town never even figured out what their symbol was. They kept changing it like every other year.
Yeah.
So like, there's no good like emblem or like a symbol to put on or in like a light stick chamber kind of thing. So I
Yeah.
don't really think I'd be able to do a good job design. I'm also bad at
Mikey
design.
Ray!
Mikey
You're
Ray is our first patron. Mikey Ray
Mikey
is our first patron.
It's our first station.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys, if nobody else donates, Mikey's name is gonna be the only one on the end screen.
It's gonna like yeah, it's gonna be like
It's
a
only
one
just gonna
panel
be
of
like,
just Mikey
Mikey
Ray.
Ray.
Mikey ready?
This one's for you, Mikey.
This is for you. Our very first patron.
Yeah, I saw a question. I think it was Lance that asked it. If we
Yeah.
had a chance to go back and redo a
I
cover
liked that question.
based off of what we
Yeah.
know, or like have like.
Oh my
extra
God,
The
detail.
dance practice video just dropped for Feel Special. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Oh,
sorry
no.
to interrupt. But I just need to hold on.
Hold on. Leonard, I need to scream.
Yeah,
for
so
you.
slight backstory. I think this is the backstory. So they didn't have a good video or like recording of Feel
Oh, no,
Special
no,
to
hey.
properly do blocking for
Wait, hold on.
because of like the missing members or like stuff like that. So they had to do their own custom blocking for 9 people.
It's only 8 though. It's only 8.
But yeah.
It's only 8. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. We're good. I was going to cry if I posted that. Because there are people DMing us. There are people DMing us.
No,
like, can
the
we
dance
use your
practice. The dance practice.
Yeah.
We obviously knew Feel Special came out because we made the cover.
Yeah.
Because it just got notification right now.
The dance practice literally just
It literally
dropped, yeah.
just came out right now.
They were- yeah.
And so I was crying a lot this week. This past week.
Yeah, it was a dance practice. Yeah, we don't have notifications on for Twice. I'm so sorry.
It just I have like Be Live notifications on. I think that's
Yeah.
it. I just forgot
Yeah.
to turn them off.
Yeah.
And then I like would cross-reference the MV. So so my laptop was like MV, both of the MV teasers, and then we only had like 2 Sana fan cams and a Nyan fan cam, and most of the time they were on the same side.
Oh,
And so
no.
people, and so we were like, no, we have to like do all 9 members because there was like enough choreo in the MV to like kind of figure it out. And like you guys should have seen me logic puzzle this shit out. Holy God. I was like, okay, this is the ending formation in the MV, but then Mina's not in it here, so then how did they shift it over? That's why like the ending dance break, like the choruses at the end are completely different from any of the fan cams that you would see of like the 8 of them doing it. Also, I started doing blocking based off of the 7-person showcase. Not even the ones with
Not
all 8
even,
of them.
yeah, because Gino was
So
saying
she
that.
was injured, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Also, for Blasian Dry Seas, my favorite K-pop band is BTS. Okay. Because you asked and you were like, let them answer first, and I was like, okay. I have a lot of favorite girl groups too, but we can talk about that later when it's
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kimmy, I think I agree. Their discography it was interesting too, because I think they did a lot of like experimental sounds that like SM was like using them as like a guinea pig, like realistically,
Yes.
because like it was like a low risk, like high reward sort of situation. So like they did a lot of interesting concepts that they were afraid to sort of push onto like Girls' Generation or Red Velvet. But yeah, not all of their stuff aged very well though. Let's be real.
Okay, but I still bopped to Ice Cream. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Red Light is still.
Red Light is still like, but like the earlier things like Emmy plus you did not age well. There's some things that are we're okay with not hearing it again.
plus you.
But FX man, Luna,
Yeah.
Luna, I think Luna FX, not LOONA.
Yeah.
Luna FX will always be like, she's been one of my #1 ultimate biases for a long time.
Yeah. So I think way back when I picked favorite groups, I didn't really watch a lot of like performances or like music videos. So like I really based it off of like how they sounded and like their singing ability, and like that's why she ended up being my favorite in FX. Cause like she was just like straight up their best vocalist.
The video that makes me cry, one of the FX videos that makes me cry is Luna doing a solo song, but she does it also in Korean Sign Language because she met a fan who was like talking to. Do you know? She met a fan who was deaf or hard of hearing and was like, she liked Luna because of the way that Luna like had emotion in her face when she was singing. It was almost like she could feel. You can feel like what Luna's singing. But it was like, and then have you seen it?
I actually haven't.
It's so holy God, it's so good. It like really makes me cry because she's like really into it and she learned Korean Sign Language to like perform the song.
Wow.
It's beautiful. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
Stan Luna. LUNA.
Also, yeah, favorite Hamilton song has come up a lot.
Oh, I know. It's just stuff from John.
I don't know Breathe or Cherry on Top. Keep going.
My favorite Hamilton song is either the Act 1 finale or I know it's like really like cliche, but My Shot is so good. It's so good, you guys. I watched it this past weekend again. And like I still cried. Like this is the 3rd time I've seen it, and I've been very lucky to have gotten those experiences to watch it so many times. But like, guys, rush tickets. Let's get it.
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh my God.
gotten
Okay,
the chance to see
Satisfied.
it.
You're right. Satisfied was a good one.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Let's
It is
all
on
go.
there's a plan. We're trying to figure out because like they're in town right now, right, or something.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're trying to see if we
SF
can make that
at the
happen.
Orpheum. We should all. The cast for SF is so good, you guys.
Okay.
Holy shit! I think it's my favorite cast that
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's-
really, really, really
That's
good.
good.
And,
I saw someone say
the
breathe
things
earlier,
to do.
and I thought that just made me sad because breathe was my favorite Luna solo song,
Yes.
and she sang it at her concert, and I wasn't able to go.
Oh.
And she's never done it live anywhere else.
Oh,
wait,
So
was
I'm
that one
really
this
sad.
year?
Yeah.
Oh, you should have just gone. You should have ditched Fran and just gone.
There were more reasons than that why I couldn't go though.
Oh, and I remember.
Yeah.
What else was? Oh, there are couples within Eclipse.
There
are.
You-
That is-
you-
We have discussed
we've
that.
talked
and
about
We've
that.
discussed
almost
I
a
think
lot
every
of our
live
lives
stream,
have had
like,
Yeah. Lena,
what's your
favorite F in the chat for Justin.
Oh.
I don't know Deja Vu, sorry.
Favorite food.
Lena, what's your favorite food?
That's a hard
That
question.
is pretty.
Yeah, that's a hard question.
That is a yes.
Everybody gets mad at me because then they're like, "What do you want to eat?" And I'm always like, "I don't know, whatever you guys want to eat." Because I'm like not picky. The only thing I can't eat is wasabi. Like that's it. Like horseradish or wasabi. Like that's the only thing I can't eat. Everything else I'll eat. Like I'll do it.
I recently learned that I have an allergy to dates.
Ooh.
I learned that the hard way.
Oh no. Oh.
Because like our office snacks have been like turning
Oh,
healthy,
been healthy.
and like
yeah.
sweetened with dates is apparently a thing
yeah.
that a lot of things are doing now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was
That's
like,
right, that's
oh,
what
it's
you
like a
mentioned,
brownie
yeah.
bar that's like sweetened with dates and like healthy. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like it could be. Nope, nope.
Oh no.
Mm.
Yes, I know of Melanie Martinez.
I have no idea who
I
that is.
cannot.
She had like one song that I mean, sorry, not that she only has one song, but like she had one song that was really popular that you probably
I
know.
hate Lance.
But like,
Hey, I'm after right now.
I oh, One Piece sushi.
One Piece sushi and milk.
Not in SF though, but yeah, I don't go to SF enough to really like establish a favorite restaurant kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Shadow is a good song.
I'm just going.
So a vibe. Oh, let's get anything with the game.
It's freaking out.
I don't know that we're gonna do.
I
Discord
really
podcast,
want to do so
really.
fun. Like with wigs and sequins.
Halloween, bro.
Can't. The song's too hard.
Like Korean ends up always being colder than we think it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's October in SF,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I mean, there's one every season.
yeah.
But like even then, it's always like super windy, and
Mhm.
dancing on sand is really hard.
Dancing on sand is very
It's
hard.
really hard.
But then when we mess up footwork, it's like it's fine. It's on sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did mess up my footwork though.
But like, the other thing is you can very clearly tell if it's the first or second take.
You're so tired.
No, but also,
Also
just looking at the
the
ground.
ground.
The ground is all messed up.
Happy.
Yeah.
Let's go. I kinda
What?
like it.
That's my
Yeah,
Steam
I kinda
username.
like it.
That's my Steam name.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
I kind of like it.
Yes.
I get so many like stupid jokes. It's like crude jokes, but
That's nice. What inspires you to dance?
Guys, we have an hour
When did you
and
start
15
dancing?
minutes.
And why K-pop? Good night,
what
Liliana
inspired you
147.
to dance? When did you start dancing, Brandon? Like,
I started freshman year of college, so 2011.
okay.
Yeah, we can
Why?
try to dance.
My 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 friend dragged me to an audition for a show, and I was like, I don't dance. I'm not gonna get in. Whatever. So I went, and
You can answer that question later.
I got in somehow. Although it was funny because like it was like they published the cast list, and it was like Brandon, but they messed up my last name, so it wasn't my last name. But then the choreographers like added me on like Facebook and everything. And I'm like, okay, well this is weird.
Oh no.
And then like one of the messages, he's like, yo, we messed up your last name. You're in the piece. And I was like,
Nice.
oh cool.
Was that what happened?
That's what happened. Yeah.
What was the name that they put?
I can't remember.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't remember anymore. But then, so like that's what started me dancing, and then like a lot of the people that I was dancing with for that show were in a different show, which was like like more K-pop like focus, and that's how I started dancing K-pop. And so then it kind of just snowballed from there, really. And then what inspires me to dance now?
Oh wait, Lena, I can make you a mod.
I think it was, now it's just like because it's fun and like, I really enjoy dance, like especially like within Eclipse, I really enjoy dancing with the people in Eclipse. and it's a way for me to just like not want to go crazy from work and everything. So it's pretty good escape for me from my everyday life.
Oh, my toes look gross.
So I started dance. It was also in college, or no, actually it was a brief attempt in high school. But it's always because like so I guess like the schools that I've gone to have usually had a pretty strong minority representation, and like there'd be like like the Chinese Culture Club or something like that, or like some equivalent like for like Asian Americans, and there was always like some sort of like end of year talent show or like celebration fest whatever, and they would always historically be dances. So like the Indian group would have their dances, the Chinese groups would have their dances. So I was friends with them, like I was in the clubs, and like I guess decided to go for it. And the one in high school was kind of yikes because none of us knew what we were doing. It was also it's like a high school talent show. Everything's gonna be a little odd. But then later in college, again, same story. The student groups would always have like an end of year or mid year show, and it just ended up being like a kind of fun thing that like I didn't really take super seriously because like I wasn't like super intent on like being like the best dancer in the world or anything. But it was like fun to sort of do these activities with my friends and like just like another way to spend time with people, and it just kind of kept going.
Yeah.
And then I guess a very similar story for Eclipse. Like honestly, like the people in Eclipse are what make it like so special to me.
Would you say Eclipse makes you
Feel.
Yeah.
special?
Eclipse does make me feel special.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really like the people. Like once if you're around the right people, like it doesn't really matter what you do, as long as you're all like into it and like enjoying it.
I just realized Lance was the one who said you guys should do ages
Yes,
in public.
I noticed that. I noticed that. Yes.
Oh, there's one person who's 1997, and it's
Ooh.
one of the new members. Don't be sorry for asking so many
Yeah.
questions.
Are you
That's-
members
Yeah.
actually babies?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, like they're like 21.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
okay.
think yeah.
Yeah. Who do you look up to in Eclipse?
Brandon and Stanton.
Well played.
Well played.
Well played.
Hey, you have to turn the volume up. You guys, if you've been watching these streams long enough, I feel like you should know.
Yikes.
I don't like this.
That's oh my god.
Oh man, I feel like I have like one joke per stream that's just like, just so good. This was it. This was my one joke.
Oh my god.
Oh
Dancing
my
in
God.
public.
no, you still haven't answered. Who do you look up to?
Who do I look up to in Eclipse? Like, really, all the people that like organize and like learn and teach, like, so it's like it's a lot of people. Like it's like the people who generally teach the covers and stuff like that. Like, it's one thing to learn choreo, but to have to learn it well enough to be able to teach others also how to do it is something that I am not good at. So like mad respect for them for having to learn the cover, because like we typically do covers really quickly after the music video or like the song releases, right?
Yeah.
So like it's already fast for us, but then having to learn it even faster to teach other people on an already accelerated schedule,
Yeah.
like that's incredible to me. Like that's I don't
Yeah.
know how people do it.
It's a lot. Okay, I can breathe now. Brandon, who do you look up to?
No. I look at him. We're similar enough height that I don't have to look up to him. No, I think that this is gonna sound like such a cop out, but like there are so many different people in Eclipse I respect for different reasons. Like one of the biggest groups that jumps out to me is like the board, like the leadership group, just because like everyone
pat
else.
yourself on the
Everyone,
back.
I was literally saying everyone else on board in leadership, because like as a group, like the directors and everything like are so on top, like they keep the group running, and like you know, every aspect of the group and every facet of the group is like, you know, everybody's responsible for something and everyone does their job so well.
Yeah.
And then, you know, kind of touching back to what you said, Justin, you know, like the teachers and like, you know, the people who put together the covers. The one that really sticks out to me is Lucas, like our solo choreo lead, because I told him this. I was like, I'm very comfortable with Lucas because I know that I can tell him, like, I don't want to because it's not fair to him, but like I can tell him like, oh, I need you to teach something. Could you teach it tomorrow? Like, could you learn it and teach it tomorrow? And like I can, you know, rest assured that
he has the ability to do it. Like you wouldn't ask him of it because it's
right. But then, you know, just like our general members, like every one of them, because we add like, you know, they commit a lot to this team.
12 hours of practice a week is a lot to ask
so
of people.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, we have a lot of people who are doing it like week after week after week. Yeah. And like we want our people to rest and like we encourage them to rest. But, you know, there are times when like people are doing covers like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and like the fact that they're able to commit so much for like and give it their all the entire time is something that I really respect and like I really admire in a lot of people, especially because like, you know, like I always just end up like feeling exhausted and like wanting to take a break, and like, you know, just seeing the people who show up to practice every day and are like excited and like ready to go and like, you know, want to, you know, share the same like passion that we do about like ECLIPSE and making this team work is like something that I really like respect and admire in like everybody on our team.
It's like everyone's energy helps everyone else, because like we're all like drained or like we all get tired, but like we're able to like it's a giant support group.
Yeah.
And that's like another reason, like it's the people that really make the team.
Yeah. And Sam, yes, also like Lance, who drives up and down, like Lena drives like to and from San Francisco every day. Andy
Lance
lives
and I
in
live
San
in the same
Francisco.
neighborhood. Oh yeah, Andy, Lance and I live in the same neighborhood. It's like we're like blocks away from each other.
Yeah, and like, you know, we have people like, you know, Fat works late and like he just zips right over to practice.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's like people make time for this team, and that's something that, especially like before we had like an actual team, like, and we were just asking people to like do covers with us, like it was pretty apparent that like, you know, they would do stuff for us, but like we weren't a priority. And like now, like we know that like our members like make our team a priority, and like that's something that I really like love about the people that we have.
Yeah. Ooh, moment incoming. But it was something that we noticed. Like I guess we noticed this like season turnover. So every now and then there's an ECLIPSE member that can't actually come back the next season for reasons out of their control, and like it's always just, like I guess surprising to hear just like how much ECLIPSE means to them as they're leaving, and like as we know that like they're gonna be gone for a while, and like just like seeing how much impact it has on them, it really makes us like realize, hey, our group means a lot to a lot of people, and it's really kind of humbling.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that is the thing that like kind of maybe not surprising me. I don't know.
Yeah, surprising is like, I want to say it's not quite the right word,
right?
Yeah.
It's not surprising. I think it's like an
eye opener.
Like an honor.
It is though.
It's like
it is.
It's something that, especially, sorry, I know this is like your mukbang. I don't want to like speak too much in length about it, but I mean, like Brandon was more aware too, where when we had started out, we literally were just making videos for fun. Like I was the one who literally went onto like google.com and literally was like create account. Like I was the one who pressed that button and said create account, you know. And so when we have friends with multiple Gmail accounts, right? And so when we got to our first 100, I think within like a week or something, we were like, ha, we're at 100 subscribers, ha, we're so popular, you know? And then that number got to 200, and then that number got to 500, then it got to 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, and then we hit 10,000, and that was crazy. And I think once we hit 10,000, we were like, is this really happening? And then we hit like 50,000, and then what ended up happening was around like 50 or 75 is when we ended up doing fake love, and that shot us like up to 100K like immediately. And so once we really hit that, we were like, I guess I can't back out.
Damn it!
Yeah,
success.
You guys are stuck here now.
I know. And Eclipse has like once again like personally caused me not just happiness but also like an immense amount of pain. Like, and this isn't like I'm not saying everything was like I'm not saying this was like bad, you know, but Eclipse has caused me a lot of stress. I'm not gonna deny that at all. As we've always mentioned, like I work, you know, and people at work have been like, why aren't you doing work? And I'd just be like, oh sorry, I'm like working on some YouTube stuff, and like, you know, I would be distracted at work, and I would like be constantly thinking about how to grow the team, and the fact that we got here, I still can't like it's something that I still haven't been able to fully wrap my mind around. And the only time we really get there, don't be sorry, it's not your fault. It's I stress because of me. I stress because of me.
We all choose to be here.
Yeah. You know, like we could decide to disappear off the face of YouTube, you know? Like we could decide to just delete the YouTube account and I would no longer have stress from Eclipse, right? But I would not be like enjoying my life as much. So
yeah, also to put this into a little more context too, like right now there's like a whole like a board that helps handle a lot of like logistics, how to schedule covers, teach, choreograph, all that stuff. In the beginning, for like the first year and a half or so, it was literally just like Sarah and Brendan. Like,
it was like me, Brandon, Helen.
Yeah, there were 3 people.
It was just the 3 of us, and we would be handling like we actually in the very beginning, the 3 of us actually learned everything. We blocked
they
everything.
were the teachers.
The 3 of us, and then like at that time, Aloy was there, and like so it was the 4 of us learning, teaching everything.
Yeah.
And that's why so then we were like, we can't handle this.
Yeah,
so
it
then
was
that's
just
why
way
we
too
started saying, hey, we need people to help us teach. We need people to help us, you know, grad people. We need people to help us, like, you know, manage our, like, external emails coming in. If people, like, want to ask us for gigs. If people, you know, and we have an entire team and we have so much support that, yes, it was painful. It was stressful setting things up. But once we got that set up, like we're happy, you know, and obviously the more the team grows, the more problems we're gonna get. You should go watch your video. We'll be here.
Yes.
We'll be here.
We have an hour. We have an hour.
we're
We
supposed
still
to
have an
be
hour.
here for an hour.
Yeah. We can have family time.
Yeah.
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 Good. Your friends should be this wholesome. If your friends don't remind, if your friends
aren't, if they don't make you feel special, you should. Well, I'm not saying like ditch your friends, but like
you should really like
the
think
people,
about
like the people that you
consider.
the people you surround yourself in your life, like if you're gonna be, you have like what 24 hours in a day, less because you're sleeping, hopefully. If you're gonna be dedicating like a certain percentage of your time with people, like it has to be worth it to you too, right?
Right.
So, yeah, it's one of those. Make sure you're also taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the thing about the commitment for Eclipse, oh my gosh, it still kind of blows my mind though, how people are like, how dedicated our members are.
Yeah.
And like I know we are, but it's just kind of like I don't know, not a given. I don't take it for granted that we're like committed to it or anything, but like.
Well, I mean, they
still kinda,
said they would.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They said they would commit, and so that's something. That's the only thing. Like we're using that as trust, right?
Yeah. But like the enthusiasm, I think, that people want to be here, that people want to be around us for like for like 12 to 20 hours per week, and then for multiple weeks too, and that like it always is really like touching for me to hear that
Like if
people
you
are
think
like.
about it, like the 12 hours of practice plus filming, you're hitting close to like 16 hours a week, which is basically a part-time job at that point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then like for board, I always think about this, like even when we're not in a cover or if we're on vacation or whatever, we're still like in the chat, talking to each other.
Our board
It
chat,
never
like,
stops.
it does
24
not
hours.
sleep.
It doesn't sleep.
But I think that, you know, because Sarah and I have been have been active board for the longest of people here. And, you know, we've talked about it before, but it's always just like really humbling to see, you know, the people who, you know, like make as much time for us as we do for them. You know, and I think that was something that we struggled with in the beginning of like, because we had to do so much of it on our own. Now that we have people who are willing to like do that work for us, and like it's not like we're making them do it, it's like they want to do it, and like they like, you know, want to help us. It's something that's really like really cool.
Yeah. What is it? I think a lot of people also ask like why, or like how do you, like how did you get to where you are now? That this is Sarah's place. It's always Sarah's place.
It's always mine.
How did we get here? Well, I drove here, but
Yes.
Yeah. You know, sat through some traffic, but
like I think a big thing is like, for if you're starting a dance group or whatever, it's always just like yes, there's logistics, and yes, there's like a lot of like really difficult logistics stuff that's happening, but on the social level as well, it's like honor and respect your teammates and the time that they give to you, and like as a leader, you have to be like, I don't know, just never take your members for granted either, like the time that they give you, and it's a mutual respect kind of thing too. And I think that's one of the
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've seen personally regarding dance teams and when people talk about things that don't like, when people talk about things they don't like about their dance team, most of the core issue is that there's a lack of trust between the members, and I really can't imagine Eclipse without it. So
yeah.
it's something that I'm incredibly thankful for. It's something that, if I'm being quite honest, I'm really proud of, that I've been able to build a team without these kinds of issues, where we take mutual respect, we take everything regarding within our members so seriously. If we find out that someone is like, quite frankly, talking shit about other people, like they're out. That's something that I absolutely do not tolerate.
we do not tolerate toxicity.
Yeah, we like really do not tolerate toxic behavior, like at all.
Because again, if we're gonna be spending this much time together and like putting in this much work,
Yeah.
it's like we don't have time for
Yeah.
people who are gonna like bring
we don't
everybody else
basically
down.
we don't have time for their shit.
Yeah, we don't
Like,
have
we just
time.
don't have
We don't
time
have
for
time
shit.
for bullshit. Yeah.
We are only here to lift each other up and support. Like
Yeah.
that's it. Like
Yeah. And like that's not to say we don't have disagreements.
No.
We have disagreements. It's just that because we respect each other and we know that we have the same goal of Eclipse wanting to do
Yeah.
well in mind, we all kind of have that baseline. Then we go ahead and talk about it. So like I've had so many disagreements with Brandon, and I've just been like, Brandon, I know you're doing this for this reason, but you need to blah blah blah. And then if he disagrees with me, he'll be like, okay, but I did this because of XYZ reasons. Like,
Yeah.
and we talk it out, and like we have disagreements like every like other month or something like that.
Communication, like
Yeah. And it's communication and making sure that you know that you guys are having a disagreement, but it's not because it's a personal issue. It's
Yeah.
because you want Eclipse to do better.
yeah, like one of those things like it's almost never like me versus you. It's always like us versus a situation.
Yeah.
If you can remember that, then
Yeah.
and you can behave accordingly, that's a pretty good way to resolve conflicts.
that's why when people are like, I'm 14, can I join? And we're like, this is the maturity level you're looking at.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
yeah.
we have
younger
15,
people
16-year-olds on the team,
Yeah.
but they are at that maturity level, or
Yeah.
at least they're like open-minded and like they will listen,
Yeah.
and like we respect them as like young adults also.
Yeah,
so.
like we don't like make a distinction like, oh, you're like the baby of the group, we're gonna treat you like a baby.
No,
we
don't
treat
treat
everyone
anyone,
with like
yeah.
an equal amount of respect. Everyone is like their own person, and
Yeah.
everyone's basically an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
Um,
they're kids still,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
like in terms of like being on a team, yeah.
Yeah.
So if people are like, I'm 14, can I join? Like maybe.
Maybe.
The age,
Yeah.
the age
Yeah,
is
top
not
The age is not.
It's
the
not saying
word.
not
maturity
the,
level.
it's not the make or break.
Yeah.
It does factor in a little bit, especially because of like parent stuff.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, or like
Yes.
driving or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
Sometimes it's just not possible, but
Someone asked who decided who dances in the cover. So what we actually do is people who want to, what?
Matinee? How about
No.
no until you're mature?
this app, I recognize your username.
Wait, are you
And
the
they're
one who
here
asked
all the
about the
time.
den debates?
Yeah.
I think they were
They
talking
were.
about the den
Because
debates.
they mentioned
right?
that
Yeah.
every time we do a live, there's some debate. going
Yeah,
on.
yeah, okay,
There's
okay,
one's
cool,
live
yeah.
too.
Oh yeah, so then someone, so they were asking about like who decides. So we don't choose people to be in a cover from us. People actually sign up and then we go from there. And it's literally based on if you like how much you want to do it and also how much and your availability. And then like if too many people want to do it, then we literally just stick all of their like names and then we just kind of like randomly draw. And then someone else asked like who's the most perfectionist on our team. I want to say it's QQ. Yeah, definitely
She has a
QQ.
pretty high bar for what
Yeah.
she.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also because I think QQ notices the most details.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily that like she's like really like strict or anything about that. I think it's literally that she notices things, and so she just says what she notices, and like
Yeah.
that's not like I don't think that's like a fault, you know.
Yeah, for
She
sure.
just knows so much more than like a lot of us do, and like that's totally fine. Like that's
Yeah.
that's where we learn. So
Yeah.
yeah. So who decides who does what part in the cover? That's mostly the main director. So for Solar, it's Brandon and Annie, and for Lunar, it's Lana and myself. And it's really hard to like put into words how we do it, but we literally just go, can this person do this? Can this person do this? You know, and so we just kind of think about, can we imagine this person doing this part?
Right.
Lana was also in an a cappella group. Yeah.
I think that at this point, especially for like people who've been on the team for longer, like we know like what kind of things are really good at, and then if there's something or if there's a member in a cover who like
member
really
vibes. That's what it
yeah
is.
like member vibes is like something that we work with a lot, and like if there's a certain member or like a certain part in the song that we're just like, oh my gosh, this person's gonna do so well in that part, like that factors into it.
It's like a lot of times like groups give actual groups give their members certain parts or like choreo because they know that they have a certain kind of charisma or like they can do something really well. So like it makes sense for us to also want to try to match vibes because the choreo was
It's
designed to
meant
fit
suit
the group.
that. Yeah.
So we should try to match that as best as we can too. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing to consider as well.
What else we got?
We have Miguel on the list for the live, don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Please
Lance
do.
the egg yolk? Okay, I think that's something we can.
Oh yeah,
That's
remember, yeah, we have plans for Lance, don't worry.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Plans.
Have I ever lost a friend? I don't lose friends, I snip them. That's all I'll say.
Oh, Maddie LXUISE asks, "Who's your favorite child?
Who's your favorite
Who's
child?
your favorite child on Eclipse?"
Oh. You can't just pick a favorite
Yeah,
kid.
you can't pick a favorite.
Okay, well she asked, so you got answered.
Well,
You have to say it's her. What else? Just 'cause you're sad. Or else your favorite child's gonna be sad.
Ooh.
Swagyo.
Swagyo.
Swag and Aegyo. That's you, Lance.
Why is Lance so cool?
We always joke about that, but Lance, you
But
actually.
Lance
There was a
actually-
comment today on X1 Flash
Oh.
at 2 minutes 10 seconds. Someone goes, Lance, 2 minutes 10 seconds, and then it was like a smiley, like a winky face,
Uh-oh.
and it was because after I was gonna call it, but I can't do that. It's the almond thing when it turns and then goes down, and we all go down, and the hood hat, and then Lance was like fixing his hair like while he was going, like he was doing this, and he just went, and the person was like, oh my god, it's Lance.
Oh my god.
It was so good.
That's Sam with the brutal honesty.
But
He's
he's
so
not.
funny, bro, but he's not. Aaron asked, if you were on a deserted island and you could only have one Eclipse member who could help you survive, who would it be? Sam's gonna, I gotta watch that. 2 minutes, 10 seconds, Sam.
Like what kind of deserted island are we talking about? Are there natural resources on this island? Is it-
Sure, yeah.
So we don't need to like eat people to survive.
No.
Okay.
No.
So this is like a social, emotional thing, not like a
Not like a.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
thought
any
it was
substance.
like a MacGyver thing.
It could
like,
also be
yeah.
a
Okay,
MacGyver thing. Like
MacGyver
there are probably like resources there, but
Okay.
like also.
Yeah.
like who can help me build a boat?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And like also if you needed the emotion, like what kind of support do you need? And then who would that member be?
Yeah, like what are you missing? And
What are
who
you
can
missing
supply that?
in order to survive on this deserted island? What would you eat?
I pick Sarah because
Okay.
I'm.
Who's our tank? Who's our healer?
Gotta balance your.
DPS. I like. Does that? Are you implying that you're the DPS then?
Nice.
Wow, typical DPS mindset.
Blackpink's not really new.
Sorry.
They've been around
Sorry,
for
we
a
just like
while.
shat on your question. We're so
Yeah.
sorry.
Like it'd be like it's.
You mean Everglow? Okay.
okay.
God.
Oof. But also Everglow. I think.
Well, I wouldn't know because I haven't seen them.
Yeah, we have work
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 9 p.m. right now,
Yeah, it's
or 9:13, and then we're going to stop at 10, and then we're gonna try to sleep after that.
Yes.
But yeah,
Gotta go
I think
home.
most of us like sleep at like what, midnight?
Yeah.
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 Try to go.
Blackpink is a revolution. Wow, my friend is playing Black.
I used to play that game.
Are any of you into gaming? If so, what games?
I play.
Just.
I play Dota.
Same.
But also lately a lot of Monster Hunter. Like a lot of Monster Hunter.
Oh wait, also who wants to add me on Mario Kart Tour? Hold on, let me read out my.
Yeah, you can just type it in.
No, I'm
No?
going to
Okay.
read it out loud.
Jeez.
Only real fans.
Am I hyped for Worlds? I'm not hyped for Worlds because it's in China and I'm not going to be awake for that.
Bye, Diana.
You should choose your major depending
Yeah.
on what you like or what you're good at.
Yeah.
Here's the
Yes,
thing, your
that.
major should either be something you're really good at or something you really like, but not anything else.
Yeah.
Either something you're really good at or something you really like, but don't choose anything outside of that. Okay?
It's just gonna. It's
It's
too much
gonna be a
time
bad
and
time.
energy
It's-
that you
yeah.
have to put into going to school for it, and then it's like you're gonna have to also
And then-
get a job that's sort of related to it most of the time.
Yeah.
And it's like if you
And then
didn't
you're working
like
for
it
40
really
years and
once-
then you retire and you die.
Yeah, so like at least do something that you're good at or
40
that you really
years is
like.
a long
Yeah.
It's
time.
so
Yeah.
it takes
Yeah.
you guys
It's
just
such a long
I have
time.
like so many opinions about people who do things because like their parents made them do it or whatever.
Yeah.
Make sure it's something that you are really good at or something that
you really enjoy.
you really like.
yeah.
One or the other.
Do it again.
I can't find my freaking friend code on
Yeah, you're
here.
budgeting like 8 hours, at least ish, 8 hours every day once you leave school
Yeah.
to do to work
Oh.
basically.
I found
Make
my
it count.
Mario Kart Tour ID if you want to add me. 7110 0718 9792. Alright, thanks guys.
I wanted to see if I could memorize it. I
No, you
cannot.
can't.
I got close though. It's okay.
I got the 7-Eleven.
Nice.
Nice. Oh yeah, Lance, just PM me what your league name is.
Oh yeah.
Wait, yeah,
Lance-
What do you play?
Come on.
What lane do you play though?
Yeah, what do you play? Also, we'll add you to our Eclipse like clan club thing.
Yeah, they. Sometimes I'll message Andrew. He's like, "Sorry, I'm playing League." He'll send me a sticker, and that's how I know that he's busy.
But also though, like if you ever doubt him, just message me. I can tell you.
Okay, I'm usually fine.
Fat carries as Teemo. Fat carries
He doesn't
as
play
Teemo. No, like I've only played like a few games with Fat, and like the games that he played Teemo, we won.
Oh my God, Nathan!
Nathan.
Dang.
Oh, he wrote down Sarah's
Oh
number.
my God. Nathan like wrote down the number, but
Oh my god.
Oh, Lance, let's get it. I just want to hear all of the League stories from you
Yeah.
guys. It's a good time.
oh, do you guys want to have a WoW contest between the two of you?
Yeah.
I'm too old for that.
You guys can vote on whose woe you like better.
It's like those things where people do that with their cat.
Yeah.
You take a cat and you're like,
That would be such a cute name
That would
for
be
your
a-
corgi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a really cute name.
like
for
that
your
with the
corgi.
corgi named Timo is like that's one of the most like
He hit a wall!
that's like the perfect thing for you, Fat. I am excited to see that day.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I know. I'm like really dizzy right now.
I know, I don't know
black
why.
eye.
Hydrate, friends.
I'm
Maybe
hydrating.
that's why.
I
Get water.
I'm a little dehydrated.
Why
Yeah,
not?
grab water.
Let us get water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't just have to drink the bubble tea.
I know, but it's in front of me. Where's my bottle?
That took me a couple seconds to parse.
What if?
Somebody, I think it was. Somebody was asking like, oh, ask a question about yourself, and then the other people have to answer.
Yeah.
If you guys can give us questions.
Yeah.
That people that like, we can answer for each other.
Yeah.
If you guys want. What's the number for it?
It's Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. It's a phone game. Just if you have no idea what it is.
Okay, thanks. Oh yes.
Okay, there you
Malaysian
go.
dry seas.
I made
I think
that
I
up.
said it right this time.
Yeah.
'Cause you.
Malaysian dry seas,
Dry
yes.
seas.
Yeah.
She needs friends. Sarah.
I need friends. So it was like you ask a question about yourself and the other person has to answer.
Yeah.
That
Or
was-
if you guys have questions. So it's kind of like we find out things that like we each think about each other, I guess, or like how we feel about each other. How we feel. About
That's
So,
like
like-
too many layers. Can we just
Okay,
pick one?
I think like
Pick
a
one.
sample question would be like, what do you find like most annoying about me? Would be like a sample question.
Oh, okay. Well. Oh, that's actually. Lance, that's weird. Who's your favorite member to be in a cover with?
Oh, sorry. Like I.
I have emotional.
Oh no,
support
I was asking
people.
you
Oh.
the question.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at. Okay.
Generally, if I'm in a cover with you, it generally means that they
There are a
needed
lot of
me
people.
to be in it, and I'm tired.
It's generally because it's 17.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Here's the thing, like I like 17. Yeah, I'll add everyone back on Mario Kart Tour. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bless you.
I feel like I don't personally think I have any of like interaction with this, but a couple people in Eclipse like they have like a certain chemistry. Like it just works really well for like if they're in a cover together. Like the one that always comes to mind is Maddie and Leah. Like
Yeah.
for regular, like that was just like them.
Yeah.
That was like their show. Like like that solo section was just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
yeah. Like some people just like really work super well with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Your favorite member to be in a cover with?
Oh gosh. That's like hard to answer. Well, as much as it's painful, I enjoy being in a cover with Annie just so that we can joke about how. So for some reason, Annie and I like. It's not intentional, at least not on my part. But like whenever we're in the cover together, we always like end up like being blocked near each other, and because I have long arms and limbs, like exactly, like we end up colliding with each other a lot. And like it happens on more than one occasion. And even this week, she elbowed me on accident when she was practicing for something. So
I remember that.
I want to say that, but also like Crystal is a lot of fun to be in a cover with because Crystal like she will just like make some like witty comment or some joke about something that I just find hilarious. And like that's every cover that I'm in with her. She always like has like at least one just like really like witty remark or something that just like cracks me up. And so like I'm always like really excited to be in a cover with Crystal.
A few questions. Oh, okay, wait, okay. Dollar Dollar or Icy?
As a song, I like Icy better. Dollar Dollar was too weird for me.
Yeah. What about you?
I think like on first listen, I like Dalla Dalla more, but after I've listened to both of them more, I like Icy more.
Yes, that was my thing.
Yeah.
I first heard, well, it was also because like I listened to Dalla Dalla a lot, right? And then I added, and then I listened to Icy, and at first I hated Icy, but then I was like, I liked Icy more.
Yeah.
Hi, Amber.
Amber.
Do you guys watch The Walking Dead?
I used to, but then I'm a wimp when it comes to that kind of stuff, so I stopped.
Ooh. I never got into it because I didn't have HBO and I was too lazy to watch it by other means. And then by then it had its own subculture and I just didn't want to touch that.
That's true.
Mm.
What's your favorite color?
Yellow.
Blue.
Yeah. Bonbon or Adios?
Ooh. Adios.
Yeah. Adios, yeah.
I like Bonbon more. Fake Love or Idol?
As a song and then as a cover.
Yes.
Ranking as a song.
Wow.
And then talk about it
Ooh,
as a
so
cover.
many layers.
Oh gosh.
Wow, layers.
Good Idol.
Oh gosh. As a song.
I was in Korea for that.
As a song, Fake Love. As a cover,
Also Fake
Also Fake Love.
I guess. Idol was a struggle cover for like everybody
Oh my
involved.
god.
Oh yeah, that was like the day you had like some stomach issues, right?
Yeah.
Food poisoning.
Yeah.
Everyone was sick.
Yeah.
Maddie
Maddie's-
was like deathly sick.
And
That-
then also there was like a
She
car
got into-
accident,
yeah.
right?
It wasn't
No,
embarrassing.
her
car,
mom's car broke down.
Broke down.
Yeah.
And then she thought she was late to practice, and it was like early on in her ECLIPSE like
Career.
career.
She
Early
also
on
watched me like chew people out
for being late.
Ooh.
So when she finally got to practice after she told us, she was like crying.
Oh.
And we were like, no,
Also, I
no.
found out recently that that's not the only reason why she was crying though.
Oh.
Because we were like, that was like right at Shoreline, right? And like there was like some big thing going on.
Yeah, yeah.
So her Uber driver dropped her off like a mile away.
Oh, she
Oh,
she
And
had
she
to.
had to run to practice.
Oh.
She had to run that last mile to practice.
Oh.
Is that JY covers?
Oh my god, is that
JY
JY
At JY Covers. At JY Covers, we saw you on at UCLA Choreos UCLA
Workshop.
Instagram workshop. Good luck, baby. Butterfly. JY Covers taught Butterfly at Cake.
Yeah. I like Idol, I think. Because, like, Fake Love got, like, it very quickly hit overplayed status
Yeah.
by, like, everyone.
Really? Idol hit that for me.
Oh, really?
Fake Love, yeah.
I really liked Idol when
I
they
think-
did it at Mama.
Yeah, I like
with
the cover
with
for
the-
Idol, too. I think the dance break for that was really
Leah.
amusing,
Leah.
enjoyable to watch, yeah.
Leah, and that was so good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they did a remix version for like the end of the year award shows. That was like all like live traditional instruments, and it was like
Mhm.
oh, so good, so good.
Mhm.
It's a hydro flask.
And they fit it.
Is that where that sound comes from?
No,
The
it's
end
not.
of Hydro Flask?
No, it's just
Oh,
it's just the
okay.
it's just the. Sometimes I would before this was a thing, I would like edit my key smashes because I didn't want it to be like Sarah Kim. So I would add in a couple more letters in it.
Nice.
That's why it'd be like this.
I noticed that. I noticed that.
Because sometimes my autocorrect would just go.
Oh no.
So then I would change it so it wasn't just like
This is why
Sarah
I
Kim, Sarah
turned
Kim,
off
Sarah Kim.
autocorrect so I can't have computers judging me.
I'm gonna die. Good night. Please go to
Night,
sleep.
Anna.
If
Go to
it's past
sleep,
your
yeah.
bedtime, go to sleep. You can watch the replay tomorrow.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, save the turtles.
BTS
Favorite
versus Black.
B-side song?
That's
Ooh.
not a title.
Why are we comparing BTS
Yeah,
and
they're completely
Blackpink? They're
different.
Yeah.
so different.
Yeah, that's a weird
You can
comparison.
like two things.
I have two hands.
Ooh, favorite.
This hand is for BTS. This hand is for Blackpink.
I think like all of FX Pink Tape.
Pink Tape was.
Yeah. Like all of the Pink Tape B-side
Save the
tracks were.
turtles.
I did. What, Pink Tape was Pink Tape Rum Pum Pum?
Yeah.
I just remember not
Honestly,
liking
yes.
Rum Pum Pum that much, but everything else I was a fan of. It's, like some of my favorites were from there. Like Ending Page was, I think, one of the best songs that they
I watched-
ever did.
I watched a live of it the other day,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, so good.
I
They sang that at
stopped
their concert and I died.
listening to. I didn't listen to FX. I think when Red Light came out, I got really annoyed at Red Light, and then so I started
Yeah, I was
sleeping on
too.
FX after that.
I also like Pink Tape's packaging. I thought it was
Yeah,
cute.
it's like a video cassette.
It is like actually like a tape. It's very cute.
Favorite TV show?
I don't watch TV.
Favorite.
What did Nathan say?
Sorry, Nathan's question. Sorry.
Oh.
Boom 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 Bam Choreo?
Oh,
Bam
no.
Boom Boom Choreo?
Bam with Boom Boom Choreo.
Bam with Boom Boom
Bam
Choreo.
with Boom Boom Choreo.
Yeah.
If you watch like
Any
any random play that they play Bam in that I'm there for, anytime Bam comes up, I will literally just start doing this. And like
so good.
people
There have been times when like there are people who like are looking at you and like starting to like try
and
to
then,
follow
and then they're
you.
like trying to, and then they're like, wait, is this the wrong song? Like that's my favorite thing to do at random plays
Yeah.
because
Sounds
like, oh my god, it's so good. Whenever anyone plays Bam, I'm just kind of bleh, bleh. More hours in a day or more days in a week? That's actually a really good question.
Whoa.
Well, if we passed 4-day work weeks as a cultural thing, then that would solve all of our problems.
Yeah. I would like more days
Go
in a
Norway,
week would
Sweden,
also
whatever.
Yeah.
be nice if I didn't have to work that.
Yes.
Yeah, like would
Yeah.
that day be
Yeah.
a weekend?
If it's
Yeah.
a rest day.
If it's like an
weekend,
additional
that's-
weekend.
yeah.
But also more hours in a day, I feel like you still get tired in a day. Like you
Yeah.
still want to
Mhm.
sleep. Like
Yeah.
although maybe you could use that extra time to sleep more.
Time is a man-made construct.
Bear me, baby.
Oh, my favorite study to like that I read about was there was some this is questionably ethical, but
Okay, let's get
there
it.
were some studies that were like they placed the test subjects in like a isolated room with no access to like the
Oh, no.
internet or like a
Yeah.
clock,
They did
just to
it
see what the
crazy.
natural human like sleep cycle was. They didn't actually go crazy.
Really?
No, the
well,
natural.
how long were they in there for?
It was only a couple days. It was long enough to get them acclimated to their own personal
that's
sleep
okay.
cycle, but not long enough for them to go insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that they found out that the natural human rest cycle was 28 hours, and
Huh.
like with like no other influence
Right.
or stimuli, it was 28 hours. And then they started developing like weird like micro nap sleep schedules around that,
Yeah.
and I thought that was really cool.
Huh.
I tried doing it in college, but that's a terrible idea. Don't mess with your sleep cycle.
Yeah.
It's really bad unless you super commit to it. But even then, like culture doesn't recognize it, so you're gonna get wrecked.
Miggy.
Yeah.
Mickey.
Hello.
Airplane.
Airplanes.
Love.
Airplane.
Oh.
Love.
Yikes. Is a hot dog a sandwich? No.
No.
Eat only pizza
It's a
for
taco,
1 year
right?
or eat no pizza for 1 year? I would rather eat no pizza for 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
because
okay.
I
There's-
enjoy other food.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can eat other things
Mhm.
besides
Yeah.
pizza.
Also, like, what a calzone.
That's what I was
count.
literally gonna
Like,
say.
what if I just take a pizza and fold it as a
What if you take a quesadilla and you unfold it? Is that a pizza?
Yeah, that's then you
Well,
can
yeah,
eat that.
forget
Yeah.
it is.
That's a good question. Also, where would you want to travel to?
Where in the world would we want to travel to?
Hmm.
The places that I do want to travel to, I feel like I would kind of feel not bad about it, but like language and culture are like really help make an experience in like another country better.
Mhm.
Like if you understand like the local culture and you can speak the local language, you're gonna have a much better experience.
Yeah.
And like this is kind of like one of those things where I sort of regret not taking like my like Chinese language studies a little bit better because like I want to go back to Taiwan so badly,
Mm.
but if I do go without like my parents, I would be so
Bigger
lost.
struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be both so embarrassed and so lost.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah.
it's one of those like I kind of hate myself for not really
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
that seriously.
Yeah.
Wait, we've had the tomato discussion before. We'll get to it. Where would you like to travel to?
Of the places I have not been yet, just places on my travel like list are
Ooh, I heard that.
ASMR.
Get
Australia.
closer to the microphone.
That's a weird ASMR. Yikes. and travel. Where do you want to go? I guess you have two categories then, right?
Yeah, places I haven't been to is
Oh my god.
is Australia, Japan, and Spain. And then, I mean, oh my
I can force
lord.
my shoulder to pop.
I'm going to die. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
Then I guess of places you've been to, where would you
Oh,
want
I
to
should say
go back?
safe
Where would you want to
terms,
go back
yeah.
to?
I would want to go. See, I have a similar dilemma for you with Vietnam for me because like I don't, I can't speak. I'm sorry. But like all that kind of stuff, like I feel like if I didn't go back without like my parents or like, my dad, like I wouldn't be able to like truly appreciate it. But there is that, and then
Cause like it's like one of those things, like if you go back and you're like clearly like a part of that culture, like then you can experience like the actual culture. If you go as like a very obviously identifiable tourist, you are getting the tourist experience, not like the real culture of a place, right? And that's like a hard thing to really like to sort of deal with when visiting other places.
Yeah. I know
Yeah,
that.
let's go to Vietnam, please. There was
And then can we
another.
go to that one street and film a cover there?
Oh my god, yeah, we have to film a cover at that
That one
street.
intersection.
At the one, oh yes, the one.
There was another, telekinesis or mind reading. The tomato ketchup smoothie thing. Okay, ketchup is not a smoothie because ketchup is a condiment. And it's because ketchup is made with a bunch of other stuff that makes it like salty and sweet and stuff like that. So like, cause my mom used to do this thing where she would like take a tomato and then like ice and then just stick it in a blender and then like I would call that a smoothie. You know? But yeah. Also, I would like to go to Australia as long as I don't have to see any like spiders.
Fair.
No eyebrows or a unibrow? Am
No
I allowed
eyebrows.
to shave the unibrow?
Because you could, no eyebrows because you could draw them in, but if you had a unibrow and you could shave it, then
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
I
like
mean,
they
it
would
goes
like
both
it.
ways. Like
Here's the
plucking
thing
a
though, like,
unibrow is more likely to give you more like real eyebrows,
Yeah,
but drawing
exactly.
on eyebrows is never gonna look good unless you're like super good at it. But like
No.
even then, like it's gonna be
It's still
Yeah,
but
there's
it
a
could be
texture
it's a
thing.
choice.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
choice.
it's a choice. It's a choice. Yeah. Ethnicity. Yeah, Justin,
Guess.
what ethnicity are you?
Yes.
I've gotten lots of. This is one of those games that I always play with my new acquaintances whenever I go places, like college or schools or wherever. Just try to guess what I am. It's always entertaining to see.
Yo, Blasian Dreises is like giving us good content.
I know, right?
Good question.
No arms or no legs. I feel like
My instinct was no arms, but I need to think about it.
I would say no legs because like for society it's like easier to
More
function if you have arms. Legs, there are ways to get around that are more like
Yeah.
you can still function
Yeah.
Right.
fairly.
You need like the fine motor
Yeah.
control from
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lance, I had that same thought too.
Hey!
Somebody was listening.
Hey! Yes. Someone was listening.
Someone was listening.
I was like, this was, yeah, we talked about
Somebody
it.
talked about it.
I talked about it, but yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say something else. Yeah. What superpower would you want? Let's go with that.
Superpower. Like, the thing that would have the most impact in my day-to-day life would either be some sort of like teleport or flying, just like travel. But then like if you want to start thinking more about it, like I guess this is my question. Would you want to, like you get this ability, but there's some stipulations. Like you can teleport, but whenever you teleport, where you end up, you feel as though you sprinted that distance. Would you still want to teleport?
That's a Reddit question.
Yeah, that's one of those kinds of things. Yeah.
That's a Reddit question. But also though, what if there was no stipulation?
Like you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
have
What if
If
there
there's-
was no gotcha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it still would be some sort of like transit. I feel like
Okay.
teleport is much more convenient, but runs some risk of like spatial displacement.
No, but like without on any risks. Like you're thinking too practically right now. We're talking superpowers. Don't think practically.
I mean, it would probably be flying just because like you can travel and it would be fun. I
Okay.
feel like it would be kind of well.
But also though, I was the one who said throw that all out.
I
Anyway.
could see where your brain was going when
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
I know.
Like, is flying exercise?
Yeah, exactly. That was my question. Is flying exercise? You know,
Yeah.
and like, would you still have to deal with like, you know, like the
that height situation.
when you yeah, like the air stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
about
can't
you? Oxygen, lack of oxygen.
Yes. Breathing.
Also cold
and cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
and like FAA.
Also
You have to like
airplanes.
register yourself as like a drone. Hi, I'm
You're
licensed
thinking
to
too
fly.
practically again. You're thinking too practically again. I would probably also say like some sort of like movement, so probably teleportation also. I'm like mildly afraid of heights, so I feel like flying would not be the best for me.
But would you still be afraid of flights if you knew you could control your z-axis at will?
That's a fair point.
Ooh.
That's a very fair point.
Wait,
Yeah,
I've
right?
never thought about
Right?
that because
Yeah.
it's not a fear of heights, it's a fear
fear
of
of
falling
falling, yeah.
to my dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you lose control of your movement the moment you fall.
Yeah.
But if you could control
But if
that,
I could control
would that still be
that,
scary?
then it's just like walking forward or backward.
Yeah.
Huh.
If that's the case, then I would probably go
Would
flying.
would I be scared?
I would probably go flying in that case then.
I say mind control, so I can have money.
Well, you can have money with teleport too.
No.
Oh, would that
I
be taking
would-
other people's money? That's
I would
bad.
be, yeah, I would just control Jeff Bezos' mind, and I'd be set.
Or Congress to actually pass reasonable financial tax reform.
Yeah, like, money. And then I can solve all of the problems.
Conspiracy theories.
Fan death.
Berenstein Bears.
Bears pissed me out a little.
Berenstein Bears, but also, why are you laughing at me? I'm genuinely terrified. I'm sorry.
And that's fair though, is the thing.
Yeah.
That's because it's very much a cultural thing as well.
It's like yeah, it's a cultural
Yeah.
thing. So it's,
I literally was like told growing up, like, if you sleep with the fan on
It's
in a
gonna
closed
suck all the
room,
oxygen.
you're going to
You're gonna
die.
die.
Yeah.
There's this one that's Avril Lavigne died.
oh,
That one I really like actually.
I really
like
like
it,
that.
I
yeah.
really like that Avril Lavigne is dead and like the
Her
Avril
yeah.
Lavigne
stunt
that's
double
here now.
or
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like her.
There was like a Twitter thread.
double. Yes, it's
Yeah,
a very good Twitter thread.
Yeah.
I highly recommend. I
Yeah.
like that one a lot.
there are a couple others like that, like Taylor Swift's on 4chan or stuff like that.
I vaguely heard about that
Yeah.
one. There's also one that's all mattress stores or money laundering. Well, not all, but like
Oh,
a
I've
decent
heard
number
that, yeah.
of
I've
them
heard
are
that.
money laundering.
Yeah.
Shane feels bad.
Yikes.
Who's Shane?
I think that's
Is it
what
Shane
BuzzFeed
Dawson?
Unsolved.
Is
Oh,
it
maybe.
Shane? Yeah, I thought it was Shane.
Wait,
Dawson.
Football.
which Shane are we talking about? Because I was like, I thought it was BuzzFeed Unsolved, but it calls to be Shane Dawson.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
it's-
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's Shane Dawson in this bag. Go bald, easy. Like teeth
I-
you need to eat.
Wigs.
Hair has wigs. Teeth
Yeah.
like fake
Yeah.
teeth is like a terrible experience.
Yeah. I'm self-conscious about my hair anyways, so just
There's some pretty good, yeah. If you know.
I'm
where
not
to-
gonna
where to
answer
do
the
this.
save.
Yeah,
I
that's-
can't do that. I told
Oh,
you it was
it's
Shane Dawson.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Who's
If
Shane
you
Dawson?
have
He's
questions
just some
about
dude who's
internet
like conspiracy
culture,
Okay.
just
and
ask
stuff.
me. I've consumed way too much internet for my
Okay.
own good.
Just my dude.
Speaking of Shane Dawson, though, I have like an entire rant about the beauty community, but we can talk about that at some other point. 3 legs or 3 arms?
Lance, can you also answer that question?
Yeah. Wait, Lance, what about you?
I mean, 3 arms, so you could properly play an N64, but like,
I was gonna say something along that.
would your third arm be a right or a left hand?
What if
How'd
it's
that
just finger, just these?
Just,
two?
just 4. If you had
No,
2
no
thumbs,
thumb.
2 thumbs,
Two thumbs.
2 thumbs.
2 thumbs here.
Spiders or snakes? I like snakes more than
Yeah.
spiders.
Snakes, yeah.
Snake.
Snake. They're also stupid.
Oh, but there was that one like startup tech thing where like they made like an attachable prosthetic thumb that you could put on your pinky side of your hand, and it was controlled by mirroring your actual thumb, and that was really cool. Right out of
I'm sorry, we're
Yeah, but
I'm trying to
left.
listen.
Would it be a left hand out of your chest or a right hand out of your
And
chest?
does it have an elbow?
Would it have?
Oh,
Well, I feel
yeah,
like the
is it
elbow.
full? No, I think it's a full.
Yeah, I think it's a full.
Do you
arm
have a
around the
shoulder?
shoulder.
Wait, yeah. Do you have like a shoulder that can like do this?
So
Like
would,
in the middle of your chest, like
would it just be like a ball and socket joint, just like right here?
Ball and socket joint here.
like
Okay.
right where like Iron Man's thing is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lance, answer these questions, please. The people want to know.
But also, like, what kind of what is the hand situation on that third arm?
Yeah, like what is
What if
it?
there was no
Lance,
hand?
please
Or like
explain.
Oh, it's just an arm, no hand. Oh my god.
our live ends in 18 minutes.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Also, if you want to know what hanging out with us is like this is it.
It's pretty close.
This
It's
is
like
it.
really stupid conversations.
That we literally would be like, hey, what would happen if blank? And like we just would talk about
Yeah.
it. Like this is literally
Like,
what
we-
happens.
We back and forth between like every now and then we hit like a super deep topic, and then
Yeah.
immediately go straight into the dumbest thing you could think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would Kumbaya be easier though? You have
No,
another
this is
thing
so
hard.
because you
That'd be
can't do
another-
this if you
yeah.
have another arm right here. Oh,
It'd be in the way.
I feel like only four arms. Probably
Okay.
not.
Right hand, shoulder socket included.
Okay. Also,
Yes,
Also-
Lance has more to say.
Also,
Bro, I can't wait till Lance has his mukbang too.
I don't.
surprise!
Wait, so then like does it like hide? Like
How
you
do you
can't.
hide
How do
it?
you hide that?
Yeah, can it be absorbed back into your
Or
body?
does it like fold down
Does
in
it
like
fold
this?
in?
Oh, is it? Oh, so is it one of like?
Like,
Is it like? Is it like
this? It's like
this?
this. It's like this. And then
And
you're
then
like,
when you go to house, you're just
surprise!
Oh, what's your Harry Potter house?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
Well,
I've
are we
never
allowed
tried.
combo houses? Are we allowed combo houses in
Talk
this
it through.
question?
Just talk it through.
Yeah,
I just want to know what you think.
yeah.
Just talk it through. It's okay.
Because if we are allowing combination houses, I would be a Slytherin.
Why?
At least that is what Pottermore tells me.
Oh, okay.
I would be a Slytherin,
Okay.
God, I don't remember what my
which
Pottermore
doesn't really
house
make much
quiz
sense.
was.
But I also remember my Pottermore username was Frogbat. Frogbat52. I was really excited about that.
Nice.
Do you know yours?
I don't remember.
I feel like you're a
Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I think I was either Hufflepuff or yeah.
Yeah. I've been getting like mixed results. So when I was in high school, I was a Hufflepuff, and then when I was in college, I was a Ravenclaw, and I was like, but then it was like Ravenclaws, they just want to learn all the time about things, and I was like, you're right. That's
Also,
literally
yeah.
my job. So
Also, changing as you grow is
that makes
perfectly
sense.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Like you're not pigeonholed into one character type your entire life.
Yes.
I am, I think, a fairly like straightforward Slytherin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're. Yeah. I think you're
Slytherin.
main Slytherin. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be main Ravenclaw, and then I grew into Slytherin.
Thanks, Nathan. We do
Mhm.
announce it on our IG.
Oh,
Ooh,
what's your-
MBTI.
Ooh. MBTI, let's
That
have it.
changed for me from
Oh, really?
for yeah
What
from
is
Let's
high
it?
school to college. Not too much, but like it did change.
Yeah. MBTI.
I always forget.
Oh.
IN. I made my thinking face.
Feeling
Introverted.
or.
I think I'm INFP.
Okay.
I think.
I was INFJ and
Yeah.
transitioned to ENFP.
I'm
Hmm.
also ENFP.
ISTJ, ESTJ.
I had
Most
to.
embarrassing fart story.
I farted
Mhm.
really loudly in middle school once. It was like in the middle of class, and people were like,
Ooh!
"Damn!"
Wait,
Sam,
go for it, Sam.
Please type it out. We'll talk.
Yeah.
And we'll read it out.
We'll
loud.
read it out
loud.
We'll
We'll read it out loud.
Lance, you brought this on yourself.
You were the one who initiated
Mm.
this topic with your question.
I mean, there's always like those situations where like you feel like super gassy and you don't want to move, but you need to get somewhere, or like you get called up to the front of the class or whatever, and like it's just never a good time.
So here's the other thing, though. This is also like a hot take. I don't think we should be ashamed of farting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bodily function,
Yeah.
and there's gas that needs to leave your body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also burping too. Like we're not like super
You
afraid to burp in
Yeah.
practice anymore.
Yeah.
So
Farting
like
is
I think
so-
once, okay, so this is also like kind of gross, so I'm glad like we're like no longer like eating. I was in the bathroom and like it had multiple stalls and like it was like a dorm bathroom though,
Oh,
and my
yeah.
friend like was having like
Gastrointestinal
a
distress.
blast.
Distress.
My friend was having a blast, you know? And she was like, I'm so sorry, that's like, I'm so sorry, this sounds so gross. And I'm like, you're in the bathroom.
You're
You're
in
in
the
the
Are you
place
supposed
to
to
do
do
this.
literally like
I'm like,
Yeah.
you're in the place to do said action in.
Yeah.
Like, you have nowhere else to be. Like, we go to a boarding school. Like, you have nowhere to hide except here.
Yeah.
Like, if this can't be your safe space, like what can be?
Yeah. It kind of sucks that it is like a societal thing because I know like I've gone to the bathroom before and been like I have to be quiet. And I was like, but why?
Yeah, no,
Same.
Why?
Same. Yeah.
Like we're literally
Yeah.
in the bathroom.
Like, if there's a bodily function that we can't stop, so for example, like, talking about periods, like, I will talk about periods. I will tell people when I'm on my period.
we talk
because,
about
like,
it a lot on Lunar too.
Yeah, no, like, all
because
of
our
Lunar
hearts
is synced
are-
up. All of Lunar is synced up, by the way.
Yes.
That's how much time we spend with each
That's
other.
really how much
Yeah.
time we spend with each other.
Like, all
Most of
of
our
us are
cycles
synced.
have like synced up.
Yeah. And so I don't think you should be ashamed of talking about bodily functions that are natural, that we can't stop, that we like have no control over. Like,
My
should not be something you should be ashamed
Yeah, that being said, Sam, please tell the story.
Yeah.
of. Yeah, Sam, please.
My personal favorite though is also when like this is at work, and like so I have a huge problem with people who insist on taking or making phone calls while in the bathroom. So like if there is someone that like can very clearly on the phone in like an adjacent stall, and I really need to like fart, like that is one of my most enjoyable farts, like type of farts. I just like, hey, the person you're talking to is in the bathroom right now. Can it wait like 5 minutes? No. Okay, well, they're in the bathroom.
Wait, there's multiple. There's multiple stories.
Sam, let's get it.
Low key fart? Okay. But was it silent but deadly, or was it like
Did he let it rip?
just
Let it
yeah?
rip. We're waiting.
But also I can relate to the laughing farts.
Oh my god. Whenever I laugh for some reason, like, it's happened with you a lot. For some reason. Like, I know, because I found something really funny, and then I laugh for it, and then there's another explosion, and Brandon just dies.
It's like you're
It
tensing
was
your
like
abs.
a loop,
Like,
apparently.
like a bloop.
But yeah, my favorite burp stuff that happens is when Michelle.
Whenever Michelle teaches,
Oh, no.
she always, here's the thing, she burps on count 7 a lot.
She does. She burps on count 7. She did it at workshop. If you guys noticed, if anybody who went to workshop noticed.
No, she's done it at 2 workshops, like,
Yes.
in a row.
Yes, but when she's teaching, like she just I don't care.
Yeah, 5, 6, 8.
And like she keeps going. She doesn't stop.
I mean, at least she does it in count. Like that's impressive. That's an impressive diaphragm control situation.
It's really good, and like it doesn't phase her anymore. Like it doesn't phase her at all, and so like we also like don't really get phased. It's funny, but
Yeah, like, we kind of go, and we just keep going.
We keep going.
Like, we're so used to
It's
it.
like she's so small, but she's so much power. Oh my god. Bloop blap, bloop blap. That's so good.
Oh my god.
But yeah. It's
Lance.
yeah, he's not here anymore.
Yikes.
He's not saying anything.
Oh my god. It's okay, Lance. We all fart. You're welcome here.
We're allowed.
Lance, it's okay. Do you wanna?
Okay, we'll have a rootin' tootin' good time at the next practice.
Yeah, next one that you're in. It's in I don't know if
He's in Super M.
Oh yes, Lance, let's get it.
Jopping.
Jopping.
Lance,
Such a
dropping.
Stupid name.
Jobbing.
Sharding.
Did you guys see the Urban Dictionary entry for jobbing, by the
Oh,
way?
No.
Don't look it up.
Oh,
Okay.
Don't
no.
tell the children.
Oh, no.
Okay. Do the children? Is Urban Dictionary still relevant to the children? Like I feel like that's like an old people
really.
thing now.
Wait, sorry, I got distracted. What?
Lena, would you like me to tell you?
That's
Yeah.
Don't-
send it to me.
Yeah, we can-
Come,
okay.
I can whisper it into your ear.
Hey, but
Uh,
also the stupid name of the song. I like how we're both like, and she's like dying.
I know, I was thinking the same thing.
Why?
Yeah, there are.
And also, I told you not to do it.
I don't get it, but like, you know what? We don't kink shame in this house. Same, consensual. Consensual is the important one.
Yes.
So, you know, it's all good. Anyways,
Moving on.
we have 8 minutes left, y'all.
What do you want us to do for 8 minutes?
I'm so
Sing.
close to being able to reading.
Oh
the
yeah.
rest of it.
Oh. Also,
we have eaten. We did eat.
yes.
We ate chicken. I hope that answers your question.
Also,
I'm bad at Chinese. I'm sorry.
I mentioned Justin's FX Lego MV creations,
Oh.
and so like we got a couple questions that were like, can we see them? You guys-
Okay.
Oh my
Wait,
God,
just
they're
just
so
send Lena the file.
good.
Just send Lena the file.
Yeah, I will send you the file, but also I
I'll
did.
put it on IG story.
I have an account where I posted a ton of stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. FX.
Oh, on IG, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
Instagram FX_Lego. So the I guess inspiration behind that was I was bored and decided making Lego minifigures would be cute,
It was very cute.
It is
and I
very-
like
yeah.
made like different music video sets of like minifigures for FX, and then I just decided to like have a little story going on. And yeah, that was an experience.
Oh, Here,
'Cause
follow
it's
this.
really hard to paint minifigures.
This
'cause, like-
is his Lego IG.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like I guess this is like something that like art, like people who try to do art always run into. It's like you have like a mental image of what you want to do and like what you're trying to achieve, but you can't make your hands actually do it. And like you either love or you disappoint. Like you're disappointed in like what the product is, and like that's like a struggle. Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That's
he
the
made
teaser, the stop motion
for
teaser.
Hot summer.
Yeah.
These are like so impressive.
It was really good, you guys. Please follow FX_Lego. That is Justin's Lego.
It's
FX
sadly not very active anymore though, so if you want to just take a look, that's great, but I don't think there's gonna be much new content.
Yes, but the hot summer like part of the MV that I saw, I think that was like one of the very first things
Yeah.
we ever talked about when I
Yeah.
joined ECLIPSE.
Yeah, no, he sent me like one of the videos like years ago, and like I was
it
like
was a while.
so impressed.
Hot summer.
I'm trying to find it right now.
But yes, that was love that for us. Oh, there's more.
Nice, I have a follower.
It's me. It's ECLIPSE.
Yeah.
Everyone follow, guys. We have 5 minutes left. Does have anything else you want to say?
There was the same thing that was like ask a question and see if we all get
Oh,
it right.
yeah.
Ask a question and like the rest of us have to answer it. What's like a good question to
That's
do
fine.
that though?
No.
Okay, think about it. I'm gonna plug our channel and stuff. Check our Instagram out because we're starting to post about some Sunday classes that ECLIPSE is gonna be teaching. But yes, we're gonna be teaching every Sunday or almost every Sunday 2 K-pop classes at a studio in Mountain View. So if y'all are in the area, please come through. And if it's successful, we'll keep like essentially like we're contracted for teaching these classes for a while, but if like it's successful, then like maybe more good things will happen. So
Yeah.
yeet. Also our Patreon. Let's get it. Yeah, we were like, don't look at it. Why would you go on your school laptop to look at it? Don't do it. Now you're it's fine. Like, as somebody who works in education and we get our iPads back from the students, I can see all of the search history.
Oh.
Oh no.
Sometimes it's really funny.
It's very cute
Yeah.
most of the time because they're like middle schoolers. But you be smarter than that, y'all. But yes. Any last lingering questions?
3 minutes.
Thank you, SYJ
Yeah.
official.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just posted for our first class this Sunday. We have so much stuff to announce, you guys.
I know.
So much.
There's so much. Well, after this mukbang, it's not as much. We're gonna be filming this Saturday too. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I'll be safe. I'll be careful.
Yeah, Sarah drive home safe after this.
Thanks.
We're all gonna be in the cover this Saturday at 1
Yeah.
p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Location to be announced on Eclipse IG. And
1
then
p.m.
1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Call.
1 p.m. call. Okay,
Yeah.
1:30.
1:30.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
1:30. And then classes start this Sunday at Silicon Valley Ballet Academy.
Yeah.
Details are also up on it.
Details are also on our Instagram.
Do you guys have favorite vines?
Some that we can copy.
Yeah, someone asked about vines, so I just wanted to know if you guys had a favorite vine.
I do not.
Do you have a favorite vine?
I was never really on.
Yeah.
I wasn't on Vine, but you can
Like-
still enjoy some cabbage soup.
Let
Let us soup. And then there was also
I'm in my mom's car.
get out the car.
So would you say that like Vine was just TikTok too early?
No, Vine was its own thing.
Vine was
TikTok
its
is
own
its own thing. Like I don't
we
like.
I announce it at least on Friday at the very latest.
Yeah.
Look at all these chickens!
Look
Yes!
at all those chickens.
Look at all those
Look
chickens.
at all those chickens. The thing that I actually really find entertaining about TikTok is that they have an audio meme. The memes are audio, and then people come with their own video to it. Like there's that like TikTok meme that like I find fucking hilarious. I think it's so funny. I forget what else is there. There's some really funny TikTok stuff though. Free Shabakadoo.
Free Shabakadoo.
Road work ahead.
Not Shay. I sure hope it does.
The Mr. Sandman TikTok is like quality stuff.
It's
man.
quality.
It's quality stuff.
Yeah. Also, hot take. I don't think the kombucha TikTok is funny. Hot take. Like I think she's like cool. Like I don't think but.
My sister knows the country boy.
There's also bitch. I ain't never gonna stop loving you, bitch. Oh, I love you, bitch. I ain't never gonna stop loving you, bitch. Alright, it's 10 o'clock!
Alright.
Good night,
Bye.
we're sleeping, bye!
Thank you guys.
That's my leggy.
Hello!